Dolemite. Hey, hey, I heard of his coming even before his time. And I ain't lying. Listen, on the day that he was born, his pappy wore a sign saying Dolemite is here, and this bad little brother is mine. Hey, 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 Dolemite. Oh, man, you're out of sight. Dolemite. Yeah. Oh, brother, you're all right. He's here to let the whole world know how bad a man is he. Yeah. So won't you stop? Look and listen. Dolemite is here for you all to see.
Welcome in, Golan-Globus. I hope you're not feasting on the rat soup.
Feasting.
Oh, God. We're already off to a great start.
Yeah, I'm just going to go right out. We brought in Mike just to black it up for us because Griff is so white. He's showing how white
is he?
He's so white, he says drawers instead of draws.
I wrote drawers in the notes.
Yeah, I know.
Because I'm not black enough to figure out the phonetics of, writing out.
Exactly, which is why we bring Streetwise Mike Mullins into the picture.
That's right.
With that super Irish name.
Yeah.
Well, and you're wearing the Irish hat.
Hey, the Irish are the blacks of the UK.
According to, Johnny Rotten?
Well, hello.
According to the world.
According to the world. But we all have a very rich background with Mr. Rudy Ray Moore.
Yes,
It-
well, doesn't everybody? I mean, I think everybody has a story. It's like the Kennedy assassination, the 9/11. Where were you first time you saw a Rudy Ray Moore movie?
It really is. Every experience is interesting. I remember the wallpaper, the curtains, everything, every little trinket. I won't go into detail because that would bore everybody. But, I mean, we all have this great background with Rudy, and that's a good place to start. So who wants to go first?
Mike, you're the guest.
I saw Dolemite. Dolemite was actually my first blaxploitation movie.
Wow,
That's a good way. Start
How do
right
you-
at the top.
I figure you. How would that keep you going? You're probably like nothing can top this.
It was supposed to be Shaft because my cousin was telling me about Shaft and how much he loved it. And we went to...
What's your feelings on Shaft? Are you with us? Are you kind of like, it's okay, but it's not up there. Like everyone, that's the one everybody knows, but it's not bad. But
No, it's good, but it's your safe blaxploitation movie.
it's like
your-
something like a person like Griff, a white person like Griff would enjoy.
Right,
I-
it's gateway blaxploitation.
I think
Wouldn't
it's-
offend you.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I was
like,
not offended.
If someone watches Shaft and they're like, "Oh, this is too much for me," then they're not blaxploitation. But if they're like,
Yeah.
I feel like it was missing something, then you can go, "Oh, have I got such wonders to show you?"
Oh,
Right.
The blaxploitation multiverse.
That's
right.
right.
We
I'm ready
broke it
for
here.
it.
We broke it here.
Yeah. The black is first. And how old would you say you were?
However old you are in 7th or 8th grade.
Shit, that's like 14, 15 territory.
Yeah, but they didn't have Shaft, so we browsed the action section and we found Dolemite because that cover was fucking awesome. And
Yeah?
how can you not, when you see that poster art for Dolemite, be like, I want to watch this?
Fuck, you guys were just like, look at this pimp and his bitches with him. Was it that one that's on your
Yep.
Plex? Yeah. And you were just like, this is it.
And that is the original one sheet that I have for the basement.
Fuck. That's incredible. So just
the one where
window
he's like
shopping.
doing the fist.
Yep.
thing?
Yeah.
The picture, not the drawing.
No, it's a drawing.
Okay, because my first was Blockbuster.
Okay.
Had Human Tornado. And I was like, who is this ugly motherfucker with this? Like, because it was like, it's a picture, not a drawing, of
Yeah.
him with his fist out, like with a gold ring on it. And there's
Yeah.
a chick like doing the Conan like pose. Like,
Holding his leg.
yeah.
that
And
thing.
I was just like, man, this guy's really fucking ugly.
How old were you for that?
Probably the same age as Mike.
Yeah,
something
so
like that.
14, 15
Yeah.
age.
So it scared me off at first. I was like, I don't know if I'm ready for this. You know,
This isn't Shaft, clearly beautiful Richard Roundtree.
Right.
This is
like an elderly man.
Someone's cool grandpa.
yeah. This is what's missing about all action heroes nowadays. You look at the cover, you're just like, this isn't an action man, and then you watch it, and you're like, this is a fucking action man.
Yeah, but eventually I nutted up and I fucking saw it, and it was fucking great.
I think Rudy Ray would appreciate that lingo too. I nutted up and I watched.
Well, I'm from the streets, Graf, so
I mean,
I know.
yeah, it's a good thing you guys are much more of the vernacular
Well,
than I am.
it's you're representing our audience, so it's good. 'Cause
Yes.
our audience is very white.
Yes.
Yeah, your audience has a nice smoking jacket on and a glass of cognac, and they're sitting by their fireplaces, like, oh, it's time for another episode of Golan-Globus Theater.
God,
Yes.
Well, we do
Yeah.
have a classy.
Turn down the
base.
stock ticker. It's interrupting Griff's terrible joke telling as he tries to stumble through the frog joke, which is 8 lines, and I couldn't get any of them in the correct order or place.
I guarantee you that classy son of a bitch Sosi has a stock ticker.
Oh my God, he definitely does.
Getting back to Mike. All right, you saw it. Was there anything else to that story? Did you?
No, I saw
change
it,
your life?
and then the floodgates were open. I was like, holy shit.
I'm watching.
I need to see more blaxploitation movies, and I went crazy.
Did you go immediately to another Rudy Ray, or did you expand
Human
out?
Tornado.
Okay.
They had
Okay.
Human Tornado. It was a while before I saw Disco Godfather, I want to say.
Okay.
I think it might have been... You might have let me borrow Disco Godfather because I
might have.
never saw it at any video store.
No
might
shit.
have.
Okay.
Yeah, so you might have let me borrow Disco
Well,
Godfather,
hey.
and then Petey Wheatstraw came well after because you found that big Xenon Pictures Rudy Ray Moore DVD box set.
Right.
And you were like, hey, they have this. It's X amount. Do you want it? I'm like, yeah, I do. So you hooked me up with that, and I think that's when I first saw Petey Wheatstraw.
Yeah. Griff, how about you?
Well, you guys know my history with Dolemite and Rudy Ray Moore.
Yeah.
Because when I was of a ripe age of 24 something, I was skirting up to it. I was trying to get close to a lady, and she was into some bad movies and everything. "Quote unquote" bad movies, of course. We use this term not around these podcast parts, but
Right.
that was the idea. Obviously, these movies are all fucking gems. But I was trying to get a little bit of clout and throw some names around and everything. And I'm coming to my local comic book store. Everybody, you need a third place. That's what they call it. Work, home. You need that other place.
Right.
Without a third place, me and Murray would not have this show.
We never would have met, and yeah, you're all your lives would be poorer for it.
Yes.
You're welcome.
My whole life, why I'm here right now is because of that comic book store. And so it's through going here that I'm telling Mike and Murray, I'm like, guys, I need a game plan. I am just but one man. This is a woman, and I need help. And you guys said, well, Griff, if you want to get this girl, Rudy Ray is the key to her heart.
Yeah.
And you were fucking right. That is my most successful relationship I've had in my career of romanticism. And it's all because of you guys saying, watch Dolemite. And you just did the Mr. Burns finger roll tap thing. I don't know what to call that.
It was weird because, like, Tim told you to watch Dolemite, and then he walked off into the sunset and was gone for like 6 months.
Well, they call Dolemite the drawer dropper for a reason.
We're here to drop your drawers, ladies.
I went total Hank Hill on her. I've been told this is a drawer dropper, so I'm expecting first, second, and third base tonight. And that works. That works.
Wow, you got it on the first night.
No.
Oh, okay.
I'm not telling these kind of details on the podcast. I've told way too many details. People learn too much about me.
Yeah, we could never run for office now.
But it's thanks to these guys. Rudy Ray came into my life 11, 12 years ago now. And he's had a special place. He's an incredible man. And I actually had to ask you guys because I never looked into the Eddie Murphy. God damn.
Eddie Murray is the legendary Lions kicker
Of course
from
he
the
is.
80s.
Of course he is.
And then Eddie Money is the
Singer. Of
Two
Take Me-
tickets to paradise.
Take Me Home Tonight.
okay.
Yeah, you had a lot of hits.
But yeah, it's all thanks to you guys.
What about? Were you gonna go into Eddie Murphy? That one, that mediocre.
yeah,
I mean, that's one of the reasons why we went away, because our very first ever by the way, copyright trademark Blaxploitation History Month. That's us. And our very first one, we had Disco Godfather.
Right.
And then when we heard the Eddie Murphy, we're fine. We were fine with it. I
Yeah.
mean, there was a time when Eddie Murphy was funny as shit.
Yeah.
I was like, all right, I'm cool with it. But then we went away because everybody was going to come out of the woodwork. All of these Rudy Come-Latelys
Yeah.
that were going to do their Dolemite reviews. We're like, no, we're going to do the opposite. We're going
Yeah.
to step away.
We literally had a discussion. We're like, let's take a step back from Rudy. We could do it
Right.
right now, but we don't want these fucking people.
We
just
don't want to
coming.
look like we're vultures like they are. We're
Right.
like, because we respect this guy.
If you look over your shoulder, if you look to your left above my coat right there, I mean, it's the Disco Godfather looking down on us right now.
Yeah.
He's keeping us blessed throughout this podcast.
Bless
He's
him black.
helping you keep your weight on it.
Yeah, exactly. But I had to ask these guys, like, they're too beautiful. All the modern actors, you know, even Eddie Murphy today.
Yeah.
He looks fine. Whereas Rudy, like you said, you're window shopping, and you're like, fucking gnarly motherfucker.
One thing I learned from that movie was I didn't know Rudy wore a wig.
He did?
According to the movie.
Wow.
Because that was because Rudy's wig is better than Mario from last week's real hair.
Fuck. He, like, we actually have a
The
scene
theme
where-
of this month has been turtlenecks and perms.
Yes. But I was so convinced because of he has a scene where he's picking it.
Yes, he is.
And I was just like, man, Rudy is just a beautiful man.
It looked good.
It did.
If you notice, though, he was picking it quite gently.
Yeah.
He was using just the tips.
Yeah, you don't want to
Yeah.
get stuck and then it flies
Okay,
off.
okay. That's incredible. But I was really curious because I was just like, there's no way they could do this and make it look authentic. Everything about this is so real. Half the shots are, you know, just done on location.
Yeah, well, I was thinking, like, me and Mike were talking about, we both watched it when it came out and we just forgot about it. I know Wesley Snipes was in it. And I think he plays, was it Durbinville?
Derville Martin.
Derville Martin, the director. And I was like you were just saying, Snipes is jacked as shit. Like, he can't play this guy
Right.
realistically.
And Derville
Like, you should
Martin,
get the guy who should have played. I might be getting this wrong. Like, he didn't play a guy. The guy from Chappelle Show, Ashy Larry.
Oh,
He should have played.
Yes.
He would have been great.
Right.
Yeah. I know what you're talking about, and his
Yeah.
name's on the tip of my tongue, but yeah, no, he would have been awesome as that.
Right.
In fact, I think he's done costumes of basically Willie Green light. You know, I think he was in the Haters Ball episode, and that would have been a great, yeah.
Right. But yeah, you're right. It's just people are too pretty now. Teeth are too white. They're
Yeah.
too jacked.
They're beyond white. They're in order, you know?
Right. If you got to
Everything's-
put a piece of paper up to your teeth to see if they're white enough, your teeth are white enough.
Right.
You see those commercials like, I put this Kleenex next to my teeth and they're just not like, chill out, all right? As long as they're not yellow, we're fine.
Yeah, as long as it's not yellow, we're fine. Don't cross that color line, as we hear in a rap later. Oh, man.
In fact, blindingly white teeth is like, it makes your teeth look fake.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I mean, that's the thing. All the Hollywood looks fake nowadays, whereas you go back and watch these 70s movies, we're always talking about 70 bodies.
Well, this was
like,
technically, this is about as far from Hollywood as you could get.
oh, my
in
God.
This movie.
We were 100 miles away, and yet 1,000 miles away from Hollywood with this movie. Because it was done in L.A., I believe.
Yeah.
Yep.
But
That's the beauty of it. You could just be like, we're making a movie, man. I
Right.
don't give a shit if I'm not I don't look like a fucking leading man. I'm Dolemite, motherfucker.
right.
I'm going to do it.
Right.
But, you know, we've all had our movie experience. But I took it to the next level.
You did. You
Because I've actually seen Rudy Ray Moore perform comedy.
did. That's right.
Actually, I told this story on our Disco Godfather episode, but I know we got some new people. Check the back catalog, people. You don't got to just start right where you started and go on. Go deep. Take a deep dive.
Find your favorite movie. We've done 299 of them at this
Yes.
point. You can find all the good ones. You
Right,
can,
Mr. No Legs.
You can watch
Come
them
on.
along with us.
So this is probably like mid-'90s. I don't remember exact year.
Right.
But they were having, at the Magic Bag in lovely Ferndale, Michigan.
Lovely Ferndale.
They were having a screening of Dolemite, and then afterwards, the man himself, Rudy Ray Moore, was going to do his comedy act.
How does Wig look?
he didn't have a wig. He was bald by that
At this
time.
point, I
Oh.
think he was wearing the full African gear. Like the
Okay.
headpiece and the kind of.
I
don't
can't even
know what's going on.
remember. He
I
might
think-
have been.
I
I think he was wearing a suit.
I think we maybe all have, or I know me and Murray have it. The "Thank you for letting me be me" book,
Yeah.
and I think that's kind of his wardrobe on the cover.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Look at the cheeky.
Yeah, the cheeky kind of look.
Well, okay, so we go there, and it's a mixed crowd. You got your old school black people who know him back and forth, know
yeah.
everything, and
Oh,
you
yeah.
got the fucking gentrifiers there too. You know, the hipster people. I'm gonna check out this blaxploitation stuff. Isn't it so
Exactly.
crazy?
Exactly.
And then you got me. I was there with my sister and my friend Doug. Now, Doug's a cool guy, but looking at him, he kind of gives off a Griff vibe, like super white guy. You know, he's got glasses. He's very clean cut, well dressed. And so we go, we sit down.
Clearly wearing cotton drawers.
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 Drawers. So, all right. So first we're gonna see Dolemite. So we were there. We watched Dolemite, and like two white girls walking, very Swifties, I would call them now, proto Swifties. Like Swiftie wasn't around at the time.
Proto
but,
Swifty. That's my new speed.
like they're probably the
Swift band.
moms of Swifties
Yeah,
at this point.
I'm gonna
now.
start a new speed punk band called Proto Swifties.
And they were offended by all the bitches and whatnot.
Oh yeah.
And they walked out.
Strong.
What were you expecting?
It's just like go watch any old movie. There's a lot of
Everybody in blaxploitation is either a pimp or a pusher.
Yeah.
It's just the way it is.
strong
Right.
language all around, and
So we're like, good riddance, first of all. So then, okay, the movie ends, and there's a little intermission. And then a guy comes out, like some kind of Sinbad Jr. guy who's just going to warm up the crowd first.
yes, of course.
So
Fluffer.
he does his act, and it was all right. Had a chick come out dressed like Tina Turner. She was doing a Tina Turner act, rolling on a river and all that
Yeah,
shit.
yeah,
I mean, he came prepared, Rudy Ray.
Okay.
Building.
Yeah.
And then the man of the hour, the Tower of Power, too sweet to be sour, Mr. Rudy Ray Moore emerges. And he goes right into the fucking ABCs of sex. He's got a rhyme. By the way, Rudy Ray Moore did invent hip-hop and rap.
Yes,
We'll prove that when we get into this
We'll
movie.
explore it all throughout.
He's the godfather of disco and rap.
if we're making good time, I'll get the full bits in there, but we'll see.
Yes. They should have been a sequel, Avenging Rap Godfather,
There we go.
Hip-Hop Godfather. And he's just like, call it out. And everyone's like, B! And then he just rips out. And as he's doing, he's going, because I don't think it's this way now, but at the time, the Magic Bag originally was a movie theater. So it was seating like an old school movie theater, like just slant,
Yeah.
there's an aisle right down the middle.
Okay, yeah.
And
yeah.
he's going up the aisle. And my friend Doug's right on the aisle seat. I'm like, he's going to rip on him. He's going to rip on because you got to rip on the white guy in the audience.
Yeah.
And he would go up and get right up on him, and then he would go right back. He would turn around. I was like, oh, shit. I was waiting for it.
I would have been
You're all waiting.
sweating. I would have been
Yes.
like nervous in the belly. Like I might have to take some diarrhea right about now. My cotton drawers are getting a little sweaty here.
And then the black people were like, it was like Def Comedy Jam. They were loving it and freaking out,
Yeah.
And then I think he did the Signifying Monkey routine.
Of course.
He did all the greatest hits.
Guys, we're killing live experiences.
Yeah.
People will not.
Why?
Never
I
know.
at the time I didn't. There were no cell phones, but I did have my telephone. I was just pointing it at him.
You did?
know, yeah.
He had his rotary phone.
I
His flip phone.
I had a camcorder on my shoulder, and I'm like filming it all.
He had the candlestick phone from the 20s. Hello? Get this. Rudy Ray Moore does the ABCs of sex.
Oh my god.
And a good time was had by all. Correct.
That's so. Except the two white women who walked out.
Yeah, and
The-
it's their fault.
They might have
missed
been
it.
true Ferndale people.
Probably.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm sad that you guys never got to experience that because, spoiler alert, Reray's no longer with us.
Oh,
But,
sorry, everybody.
it was a great time was had by all.
And obviously,
I don't know why I didn't get an autograph though, because he was giving autographs. I think I was just being cheap that day. I don't know.
it might have been that. I don't think we ever thought like these things would go away though.
yeah,
There's just that.
which is
feeling.
why people don't go. I'll see the guys next time they're in town because you never know if they're ever going to be in town.
I
again.
almost missed my chance with Roddy Piper by doing that.
Oh,
That's one of my biggest regrets, Griff, because I fucked my back up
Well,
and I was just
I'm
like,
Mike.
I was like, he'll. Mike, yeah, Mike. That's my second greatest regret, messing your name up.
oh god.
Yeah, I was gonna be there too, but I fucked my back up and I was like, oh, he'll be back. And then lo and behold, he died like 6 months later or something like that.
Yeah. The last few shows I bought tickets to, like my car broke down. I haven't been able to find a concert in months. It's been so long since I've gone to a concert. It's live shows, impossible, especially if you're up here in the Midwest. Good fucking luck.
Well, no one comes here anymore.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Good fucking luck.
They all started going to like Grand Rapids.
Right. Detroit is finally in our lifetimes making a comeback. Like shit's being built in Detroit now. Is that the ghost town it was when we were kids?
Yeah, especially
and nobody's coming to fucking Detroit anymore.
Sucks. Everything sucks about it, but nothing sucks about Rudy Ray Moore, except his ladies.
I thought they were all very nice people.
They look like very fine ladies.
He's
and
being literal in the sense of suck.
Yeah.
They are women of the night.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
They're into pleasuring, and they know many ways to pleasure. But Murray, I was trying to get you to pick it up and go to the
For the trailer?
Yeah,
okay. Well, everybody, I hope this movie's black enough for you. It was too black for Griff. Get ready for this trailer for Dolemite, motherfucker!
Damn, look like my women is on time. Baby, I could sure warm you up.
No shit, baby.
I can dig it. Dolemite is my name, and fucking up motherfuckers is my game. Breathing down your neck. Damn! Girl, this motherfucker's got rhythm, haven't you? I've got an all-girl army that knows what to do. They'll box as hell and practice kung fu. I put my finger in the ground and turn the whole world around.
You know, you're still the best man that I know in bed. I'm waiting for Dolemite.
For who? Dolemite, motherfucker, you. And tell him I want him out of here in 24 hours. And 23 of them are already gone. God damn, Mama, this sure is a spooky joint. Yes, I'm Dolemite. I'm the one that killed Monday and whooped Tuesday and put Wednesday in the hospital. Called up Thursday to tell Friday not to bury Saturday on Sunday. I'm the one that had the elephants roosting in trees and all the ants wearing BVD. From the first to the last, I give them the blast so fast that their life is past before their ass has even hit the grass. See me, uptown, downtown, crowned and renowned. Delayed, relayed, mislaid, and parlayed. Hatch, match, snatched, and scratched. Whack, jack, smack, crack, boot blackjack, racetrack, and flapjack, and still coming back. If you crave satisfaction, this is the place to find that action. Coming to this theater as this next attraction is the picture that will put you in traction. Dolemite, starring me, Rudy Ray Moore as Dolemite, and that bad D'Urville Martin as Willie Green. Dolemite, Dolemite.
All right, we're opening up in prison.
Yeah.
2-year sentence. Well, he's got a longer sentence than that, but he's in year 2.
He's been in for 2 years.
Yes. Just sitting up on his bunk bed, you know. We've all seen the prison cell. It's small. You got a bunkmate. You got the little toilet in the open. You can't.
But it was very spacious because they had a bunch of guys. It was all a bunch of bunk beds.
It was spacious, yeah.
Prison overcrowding. We know what it's about.
All right.
He's like playing cards with his boys, just doing his time.
Right, exactly.
Not letting the time do him.
Exactly. He's just thinking about all the fucking rhymes because, come on, think about that. You're in not solitary confinement, but you're confined. You're just thinking about all these poems, raps, all these lines.
He's venting rap as we speak.
Bars.
Yes. Spitting fire.
Yeah. I got to get new blinds here, boys. This is getting rough.
And a nerdy white guy comes in and goes, Dolemite. Because everyone calls him Dolemite in this movie.
grab your cotton drawers. We got to talk to you.
Jesus.
The warden wants to talk to you. And then Dolemite's like, what does that rat soup eating hunky motherfucker want with me?
So the thing that you got to know when you're watching a Rudy Ray is his jousting, his verbal just hatred always escalates at the end
There's
there.
a crescendo, if you will.
Yeah, he kind of starts in with the mumbly spice melange and works his way up to rat soup eating motherfucker.
When he comes up with a good zinger, he uses it a lot.
What?
Yeah.
What movie was it where we had our motherfucker character?
That was Lionheart.
Yeah. Oh, that's right. That's Lionheart.
And I'm glad you brought up Lionheart because I've known this about all great martial artists. Their waistline goes to their nipples.
Yeah.
Because Dolemite, is wearing his pants straight up. He's got straight up to his nipples. He's
Yeah.
wearing, and he's.
It's not,
I guess it's supposed to be this way, not be flattering, because his outfit. He's in prison after all. He's wearing some blue jeans,
yes,
and like
a
a
blue
button-down
shirt. Yeah.
And
That's why I wore this one.
Very Hank Hill ass going on with Rudy Ray.
Yeah. He's got the
Not flattering.
Again, we're always like people try to say the dad bod is in nowadays, and he's got the dad bod. He's got a big gut, and that takes away from anything you might have going on the backside. Because of where he's wearing his pants, he's got to pull the waistline away. He's doing it all wrong. That's all I'm saying.
But maybe that's the thing. He's like showing how fucking prison's wearing on him.
Right.
You know?
Yeah, maybe he
Literally
was
wearing on him.
wearing on him.
Yeah.
I see what you did.
So he's brought to the warden, and the warden's like, Dolemite. Good to see. Everyone calls him Dolemite. Show respect. Queen Bee is here. She's got some new evidence she showed me.
Right.
I love how the warden introduced, like, do you know Queen Bee? Like, he's legitimately asking a question, like, I don't know if you guys have met. It's like, yeah.
He's
that's
not
my
trying to
bottom
be
bitch.
racist, okay?
That's a
Assuming
good-
that all black people know each other.
That's a very good point. He is trying to do that.
By the way, they do all know each other. And they're all cousins, by the way. You guys know what a play cousin is?
A what?
A play cousin.
Oh my God, we're about.
I'm going to teach you hunkies out there, you rat soup eating hunkies. 'Cause I know you got your bowl of rat soup out as you're eating, listening. So about the streets. Play cousin. A play cousin is, because when you meet black people, they literally would be like, oh, that's my cousin. And they're like, wait, no, they're not. It's like, well, technically they're not. It's my play cousin. Play cousin is somebody who's close enough to you as to be family.
Mm-hmm.
Play cousin.
Okay.
So
Play cousin. I
add
like
that to your glossary, people.
I like that.
Yeah. So
Queen Bee.
Queen Bee, she's like crying. She's like, Dolemite, because she's been running the show since Dolemite. He still kept his hose.
Right. We don't know everything about it, but Queen Bee, judging by her name. By the way, Beyonce, you're totally stealing this name. People
course.
have just decided Dolemite's Queen Bee is no longer relevant and giving Queen Bee to Beyonce. Did you guys know this?
And those people are dead wrong.
Yeah.
And Beyonce's a thief.
And I'm going to go ahead and say this. Jay-Z, you're pushing it. You're out there going, Queen Bee deserved this. Queen Bee is probably not with us anymore.
Probably not.
Probably not.
Probably got the sugar.
She probably got the sugar. But yeah, she is. She is pushing for him. She's out there doing the evidence. She's out there doing the cops' work because,
Right.
as we know,
She would have an award-winning podcast on right now.
Thank you.
Absolutely.
Oh my God! If only we had Queen Bee's story of getting Dolemite out of prison, we would be the true crime podcast of the century.
She's trying to solve the murder of Jimmy Ray Moore, who we'll get into in a moment.
Isn't that a song? Are you
So Dolemite, and like the warden, great white diction. Everything's clipped. He doesn't
right?
let it-
He's
like,
got his cotton drawers on.
Dolemite, you are in here for, and then we go down the rap sheet. Why? Because we're like, why is this guy in jail?
Right.
He's so lovable.
He's just playing solitaire. He's working on bars. Mom's spaghetti. Yeah, that was his line originally.
He got busted with $500,000 in narcotics and several furs.
Several.
Dolemite, are you a betting man? And then we go. Now we got to see how this guy got framed.
Right.
So Dolemite, he's just at his house. Of course, his Cadillac is out. By the way, Dolemite had a different car in every scene. Did you
Yes, he
notice that?
5,000 outfits, 5,000 cars. Yeah.
Right, but they're all Cadillacs,
All Cadillacs.
different colors. And so he's using the white one this day, so it's out in the driveway. He's getting ready to go to work. Like we're all working stiff. So even a pimp is a working stiff.
Right. You could tell that it was probably about 10 a.m. and that makes people jealous, especially back in the 70s. If you're waking up at the butt crack of 10 a.m. to go to your work instead of 6 a.m.
But they don't know how he goes deep into the night working. All right.
They don't respect people who have different lifestyles.
Dolemite
though.
works 22-hour days, man.
Yeah, it never stops with him.
And 21 of them are already up.
Right.
Yeah.
So the honkies are already setting up the sting. Like, go by the windows, you two right there.
Right.
Because we see the most evilest honky, Mitchell.
Yeah, I hated this because he says, hide up in the tree. Black people can't look up. What the fuck is that?
I don't know. Sounds like something somebody says drawers would say. So Dolemite, of course, he's probably used to this whole life. It's called being a black man in America.
Exactly. He took this in stride because he's just going to his car. He's got his keys out. He's got his coffee. All the white women are identifying right
Got
now.
his Stanley.
Yeah, he's got a Stanley mug. He's sipping off the straw, which I didn't
He's
know.
got the new re-recorded Taylor Swift CD ready to pop in that
I
player.
heard him. It's me. It's me. I'm the problem. And he was trying to funk it up. He's like, how can I rewrite this for her? Because it's awful, but I can make it good.
No, he was the ghostwriter for her. She found old Rudy Ray lyrics.
Just
and then she
demo tapes
she
and everything.
whiteified it for
Right.
America.
It was too funky. She's like, get the organ out, take the bass out, just acoustic guitar, C
Fiddle,
string.
banjo.
Yep, little banjo in there.
So he's just like, what do you want? He's very clipped too with his speaking. He's
Yes.
he enunciates. You gotta
Right.
give it up.
Whenever
to
he
him.
sees a rat soup eating honky motherfucker, he's just immediately annoyed.
Yeah.
Like, his cadence every time he sees a white person is like, "What the fuck do you want, man?"
But he makes no sudden movements. He cuts up his dialogue, his speech in a way that people can understand him, so he doesn't get any kind of,
Right.
because white cops especially, they're like, oh, that was a threat. We get to murder you
Right.
now.
Yeah. White cops love their hard R's.
Oh, they sure do.
That's the only hard R that rolls off their tongue.
Right. So they're like, open up your trunk. Man, what is this? I know my rights. Opens it up.
All three of them.
Several furs, narcotics.
Oh, and they have to pilfer through. Like this man's grift technique, I gotta say, it was through the roof. It was great. It was like the 3-card Monty situation where you're shuffling the card. He was doing a great job. So he probably
Of course he
planned
would,
it.
because he's the one who put it there.
Yeah, of course.
Man, that shit isn't mine.
Again, he was caught with $500,000
Yeah.
in 70s money. Murray, go ahead and do the translations.
$12 billion.
$12 billion.
And it could fit in a trunk.
And
With several furs. Not just
Yeah.
one or two, several.
And it fit in sandwich bags. And I know 70s sandwiches used to be bigger,
Yeah, everything was big.
but still, sandwich bags.
What is several? Would you say between 4 and 9? Like less than 10?
Dozen, under a
3?
dozen. Like, yeah.
Under a dozen?
Anything above.
More than 3,
Yeah.
less than a dozen.
More than
Okay.
3, less than. So, guys, you're
I can live with
welcome.
that.
And then 13's got its own special number, Baker's dozen, which is incredible. I love that. I love that for the bakers.
Good. So a fight breaks out as it does.
Every week. Every week.
A fight breaks out. And we get some amazing karate stuff from.
This looks like this fight. They were like nailed it.
He invented the Matrix slow motion fighting without all the technology.
This looks like when stunt people are laying out the fight. They're going so slow.
Yeah.
all right. So then we're gonna do this. We'll transition to this,
And they're
We'll
not
put that all
touching
together.
too, which also
Yeah.
was in this.
Which is awesome. Well, you can't touch in prison, so maybe he's just still got prison on the brain.
But he does a nice move. He kicks one guy. The guy falls into the trunk.
Yeah, because they're going to arrest him. He says, fuck that, I'm fighting.
Right.
You're gonna have to take me.
Yeah. And that's when this fight breaks out. If you know him, Sweet Stan. A lot of Sweet Stan kicks going on around here.
Yeah.
Roundhouse. So imagine this, audience. I don't know. How tall is Rudy Ray?
I don't know. He's probably average.
Larger
height.
than life.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. You know what? Yeah, he's larger than life. So he's doing this fucking sweet roundhouse kick, but he can't get the leg over like his own hip.
Is it him or is it a stunt double? Because we do see a stunt double appear.
I
in
know
this.
the fight I was asking you
I
guys.
thought
this
this
was
one
him.
was him.
Yeah.
Yeah, the fight I was asking you guys about was clearly a stunt
Because
double.
no kick got above the waistline,
Yeah,
which
and
is
this,
technically a sweet stand kick.
It is a sweet stand. When you are sweet stand is 6'4", 250 pounds, all American Florida coast. Also wore a wig. And he could never get that kick above a waistline. And people were smaller than him.
because
never.
that's called getting heat, Griff.
That's called getting heat.
And so he handles these honkies like nobody's business.
Like nobody's business. And then one guy rolls up.
Mitchell,
Mitchell.
dirtiest cop in L.A.
Oh.
And they finally get control. I mean, it's like 12 guys, but they finally get control of Dolemite. And he mockingly pats Dolemite on his belly.
Boy, I got you here. Okay, guys, I'm sorry. A lot of boys get thrown around.
Right.
There's even a look boy, which is, you know about look man.
Right.
Look boy?
Yeah,
Are you kidding me?
That's the opposite of a look, man.
If you're not going to roll out the hard R, a look boy is pretty much number two.
I got your boy hanging, you no business born insecure junkyard motherfucker! The crescendo.
Crescendo. Murray's got it. You see?
And just for the listeners at home, during that line delivery, Tim's hair grew into a beautiful afro.
Yeah.
His clothes turned into something by Dolemite Designs.
I'm picking it right now with my fro pick. With the black power fist.
fully
on the end.
transitioned into the second coming of Dolemite right,
right.
Sure.
It's
His
a
mustache grew back in.
It's a Jekyll and Hyde.
Yeah, so a little bit.
And
What
so,
are you drinking there today?
Dolemite.
Dolemite.
That's it. Yes. That is my street name. Yeah, it's Dolemite.
Oh, hey, man, I've walked the streets of Pontiac, and
And
they always...
Yeah, that's
Dolemite dropped his new episode, and I'm just like, yeah, I know, I'm his partner. And they're like, no, you're not.
They make you tell a rhyme to prove it. You're like, my name is... He said, he goes,
Prove it. Say drawers.
The Roarers.
He said it.
drawers.
There was $5 on it. Yeah.
So they subdue him. They handcuff him. And they're ready to take him away.
Mitchell's walking to his own car because, he's going to have his lackeys take Rudy away, Dolemite away.
Right.
And so Mitchell returns to his car, and we see he's got somebody in his back seat.
Yeah.
I'm like, this is a cool looking motherfucker too.
Right. We don't know who he is yet, but will turn out to be Dolemite's nemesis throughout
Right.
the movie, Willie Green.
That's right.
Played by Derville Martin, who is blaxploitation
Royalty.
royalty. He was in a lot of stuff with Fred Williamson.
He was in, I just watched Hell Up in Harlem the other day. He was in that.
Hell Up in Harlem. He was in Sheba Baby. He was in Black Caesar. Was he in Hammer? I don't know if he was in Hammer, but he was in the Black Charlie trilogy, which is great if you can find it, but most people can't.
We can't find it under that name.
Yeah. There was a big
Google
argument.
it,
Very
folks.
interesting, vaguely Yosemite Sam-esque mustache. Like he has the ends kind of go over the lip.
Again, he was who I was thinking of with the whole Eddie Murphy situation, and his modern movie. Because I was just like, that man has a look, but that's the guy you were saying.
Ashley Larry.
Ashley Larry should play, and if he could grow a mustache, I mean, they could put a mustache on him. He would look really good in that. Yeah.
So he's in cahoots with Mitchell, the number 2 pimp in the town.
Let's celebrate.
We go back to the present. And the warden's like, look, Mr. Dolemite, I got to admit, since you've been locked up, crime has tripled. Drug trafficking through the roof. It used to be just a nice place where you could get your dick sucked. Now people are sucking dick to pay for their drug money.
There's no order. There's no order anymore.
You
Chaos.
We're running this town perfectly. We need you.
And then we cut over to Queen Bee, who may have been on the set or may have been somewhere in space.
Right.
Because we just get a close up. We see her fake eyelashes.
See tears rolling down her face.
Dolemite, I got some really bad news for you. Jimmy, your nephew, because we don't know who the fuck Jimmy is, so she has to spell it
He's
out.
the brother of Bucky, his nephew from Disco Godfather.
Right, okay, of course.
Who got strung out on PCP.
All of his nephews, cousins, they fall ill.
Yeah.
It can
Well,
hit-
this might be his play nephew.
Because
Yeah.
Dolemite is their rock, and
Yeah.
he's been in jail.
He's trying to bring awareness. Like, now all of a sudden, white people are like, wait, my family members are dying to painkillers. What's going on? And if you've been watching blaxploitation movies, we've learned that it hits the people you least expect.
Yeah.
You never know. So that's why you got to be close. You got to have a tight-knit local community, not internet community.
takes a
I love
village.
our internet friends, but
Takes a village.
it takes
I'm trying
village.
to say.
Yeah.
And I also want to point out, this is a theme throughout Rudy Ray Moore's. He's all for hoeing, pimping out bitches, but not on drugs.
Yeah.
He's very much Just Say No. He actually inspired Nancy Reagan to do the Just Say No program.
Hoeing is a victimless crime.
Exactly.
If the hoes are doing it willingly.
At the end of the day,
Thank
at the
you.
end of the day,
Thank you.
we're all paying for it. All right. This is just more honest.
It's the
Honest.
oldest profession.
Dolemite would get along with Samurai Cop because he is an honest businessman.
Right.
He puts it right up front there. You know, he's willing.
And he's against fucking putting drugs on the streets.
Right. You don't see him slapping his fucking girls around.
Doesn't need to.
He doesn't need to. Like, they're making the money. He's getting them tested and everything. He's got a safe environment for everybody.
Right.
Without drugs.
He's one of the good ones as far as pimps go.
Now, Murray, I know you said you wanted to do this earlier off mic. Did you still want to do this so early? Because you just said the key word there. Our Pee Wee Herman word of the day.
Well, it helps that there's very few white people in this movie.
Okay?
And
Sorry, Mike. We didn't consult you on this.
Yeah, I think you're going to agree with us, though, too.
Yeah.
The warden's got to be one of the good ones because he lets Dolemite out of prison.
Yeah, I would agree.
Because every other white guy is a dirty cop.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
Well, there is one white guy drinking out of a liquor bottle in a paper bag
Yes,
who's
yes.
enjoying the rap later on.
That
He might
was-
be a candidate.
that was going to be my only candidate until I was like, I guess the warden was kind of cool because he was just like, look, we don't want to solve your crime, so you can actually leave prison, solve your own crime. You might get killed.
The warden was big enough to realize, look, man,
The law hates.
we made a mistake. You were keeping shit straight out here,
Yeah.
doing a better job than we could.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I'd say he's a strong candidate for one of the good ones.
Okay.
Well, we learned Jimmy's backstory. We have a very, very, 5-second flashback.
Oh, yeah.
Virtually unnecessary, if you ask me.
It's a tight shot of, just some high school kids walking along a brick background. It's supposed to be their school.
Right. They're walking home from school because they didn't want to deal drugs. And they got shot and killed.
Jimmy got shot. Reggie got shot.
So the warden's like,
Oh,
look,
damn, Reggie got shot.
look, man. He put some respect on it. He didn't say boy. He said man. Dolemite, we're going to set you loose. You're going to clean this city back up. And you're going to get vengeance for your nephew Jimmy.
Now, this is why I told you it's a gambler's game. Because I can't. Willie Green's out there. He wants to take a cut of you. Like, you got all these enemies out there. But we got 4 people that know about you. And one of them's your ally. But I can't tell you who that is. The governor's on your side. I'm on your side. There's Queen Bee. And then an FBI agent.
Yeah.
Could be Dale Cooper for all we know.
Yeah. Your liaison, which you never meet until basically near the end of the movie.
Yes, exactly.
But, yes. So it's like, by the way, Dolemite, have you heard of the new guy running town? Mr. Willie Green? Some say he's the baddest motherfucker in the world. And then we go right into the credits, and we get another classic fucking... We opened that fucking episode with this song. We learned everything we need to know about Dolemite.
Right.
He was a mystery. Now he is my uncle, in essence.
I don't remember if we got the Willie Green part in the individual track. So I might have just put that in there for everybody to experience because he does say, Willie Green! That motherfucker thinks he's a hard-ass motherfucker. I'm the motherfucker. So I might have put that in there.
Some folks say that Willie Green was the baddest motherfucker the world ever see. But I want you to hold on to your seat. Hold on on to them tight, because you now getting ready to see the story of me. Yes, me, the badass Dolemite.
Oh, I'm sorry. Was that
No.
okay?
Yeah, that's fine.
You're doing great,
You're really
sweetie.
testy.
I was trying to bring it up.
Dolemite's released, and they give him some nerdy ass fucking cotton drawl ass drawers. I'm sorry, outfit.
Dolemite, here's your prison issued suit and cotton drawers. You'll notice that they've been starched and pressed.
So you know what happened is when they
Mothballed.
arrested him, and confiscated his pimp outfit. One of those hunkies stole it.
Of course they did. Of course. There
Tried.
should if this was a modern movie and they had more film to burn, there would have been a scene of just a random security guard leaving his shift, going to a bar, and a Dolemite design.
Looking awful.
Because, guys, we haven't even said that word yet. Dolemite design.
Designs by Dolemite.
See, when you're talking Dolemite design, you actually start high and end low.
So a Cadillac, of course, rolls up with all his ladies in it.
Well, this is a 70s car, so it's the size of a boat. 74 different women in this car.
And one of them he doesn't recognize because Queen Bee she's been working the streets, refreshing the.
It's like a good franchise.
Rotating that stock, man.
Right. When you have an established business, and overall, that's all he is. It's just a great businessman. You're not relying on one piece, next man up, or should I say, very progressive, next woman up. Because Queen Bee is handling things.
Right.
And this rookie they got, I'm not going to say her name because you're going to say you
Why?
said that wrong.
Straight from the windy city of Chicago. That's why they call her Shy, or as Griff would call her, Chai.
Chai.
Because
Latte.
he likes his tea. And Dolemite likes what he's saying. He's like, I hope you ain't as cold as the windy city, because the way I feel, I could sure warm you up. And then a little white chick says, no shit, baby.
So
She is not one of the good ones. That line reading pissed me off.
Awful.
it was a rough ride.
Oh.
So Dolemite, he is so offended by his starchy ass, mothballed, rat soupy, and motherfucking prison clothes. He's stripping down to his undies right here in the parking lot. Prisoners are lining up at the pearly gates. Wait, the grim gates. Excuse me, I got carried away there. And they're hooting and hollering because all these prostitutes are getting on their skimpy outfits. Fucking Dolemite's in his underwear here, and
The guards are looking disgusted.
this is of course why
Disgusted or jealous.
yeah. Oh yeah. The one guy he's like, oh my god, I want that design. I want that Dolemite. Look at that
And
trim. Look at
then
that fit.
I think it was the white bitch. She hands him some cotton drawers.
Yes, this is why Murray's making fun of me, because in the notes I wrote, somebody hands Dolemite cotton drawers, and he's like, no, motherfucker.
Well, he says it himself, bitch, I don't wear no cotton drawers, and throws them. I think he throws them at one of the guards, doesn't he?
I don't remember where
I
he
think
threw
it
them.
lands on the guard's face or something.
On his gun, he had the fucking rifle, and it lands
No,
right
I think
at
he
the tip.
threw them back in the car because he throws the prison suit
Yeah.
at the guard.
You motherfuckers can keep this. And he's like, you'll be back, Dolemite.
We're gonna hang on to this for you because you're gonna be back.
So he dons his powdered blue and white with gigantic lapels.
Oh, giant lapels
These
everywhere.
you could surf on these lapels.
The crazy lapels were when he was in his disguise, which we'll get to later.
yeah.
Oh my god.
But
Yes.
These are
Oh.
like standard 70s lapels.
Yeah.
And a bow tie and a hat.
Of course. Big bow tie. You know, our friend Pigeon, who of course didn't realize it, but he was taken after Dolemite. He wears the tiny bow tie. Dolemite's bow tie is fucking enormous.
And so anyone that's ever worn a three-piece suit knows how annoying it is to put that on.
Mm-hmm.
And he gets dressed, gets in the car, and then immediately gets undressed.
Oh, he doesn't get undressed.
Yeah, they undress him.
Oh yeah.
They can't wait.
Oh,
He
my
can,
God.
He can make it back to the whole abode, but they see that meat, they just jump on it.
Yeah.
2 years, Mike.
Yeah.
That's true. That's true.
No conjugal visits for Dolemite.
That's the fascinating
bullshit.
part. like when I was thinking about this movie, I was just like, this motherfucker's been in prison for 2 years, probably hasn't got any conjugal visits or anything like that.
Right.
He gets
And
out.
you know he ain't gay for the stay, so he hasn't had shit.
He's got this new girl, Shy, who clearly is all about the guy. His pictures are probably all
she's
over
heard
his house.
so much about him.
Exactly. She can't wait to figure out his dimensions. She's on her, hands and knees, like, is it 4 inches from the ground or 2 inches from the ground? And his first concern is, I got to get new clothes on.
Right.
That
He's got to feel the luxury of that silk.
That's where his
Right.
mind's at. And then after he feels right in his outfit, he's like, okay, now I can be undressed. Now I'm ready to fuck. And,
Now I feel like myself.
and he's not even like, I'm going to fuck you. It's just like, take me, ladies. I'm tired. I've been in prison for 2 years. Just take me.
Right. And they take him, they do. They take him to Funky Town.
They're ripping his shirt open. Buttons are flying everywhere. They're licking nips.
As soon as they drive off from the gates, fucking car full of hunkies fucking immediately start following.
That's right. That's right. Black man leaves prison. Immediately, honkies following them. Why do you think what's that word? Recidivism? Recidivism?
Recidivism.
Recidivism. Why do you think it's so high? It's because as soon as a black man leaves prison, white man's following to put him right back
Right.
in.
I'm just
Yep.
looking, waiting.
They're just waiting to put
And
their weight on it.
His Dolemite senses start tingling. He feels, he's like, oh shit, those motherfuckers are following. Ladies, pull over up here.
Right.
They hand him his Tommy gun, and he's like, all right, I'm going to hide. You stay here. And he just hides out on the side of the road.
The only thing this is missing, and I'm sorry if you didn't watch this movie, Dangerous Men, is the John S. Rad ba-doop boom bam ba-da-da. Oh yeah, that's right. You did comment that was a Sega Genesis song. Yeah. That track would have fit in here with Dolemite's little scheme.
The Toe Jam and Earl.
Yeah, because it is totally a John S. Rad maneuver. It's the girl on the side of the road.
Right. So the guy, the hunky car pulls over, and they get out. Where is he? Breathing down your neck, motherfucker! And then fucking Dolemite appears with his Tommy gun.
Right.
And fucking murders almost all of them.
Merry Christmas, you filthy animals.
Right.
Just goes nuts.
So one is left alive because he wants to see a white man dance.
And this guy, I don't know where they found this fucking guy, but he's like, he's making him dance. He's like, this motherfucker's got rhythm. He's like, yeah, rhythm, rhythm.
Dance, motherfucker! Dance!
Oh my god!
And then he shoots the guy. And then it's not enough. He's like, I think, is it Shy that pulled out the straight blade?
No,
Oh.
it's this other woman.
It's
She's probably just called Razor because that's her tool.
Ooh,
He's
I
like-
like that.
help me, help me. She's like, let me help him, Dolemite.
And she just cuts his dick off.
That's right. That's
Throws
what
it
we're
on the
left
side
to
of the
assume
road.
because it's off camera. But fuck, man, his girls, as we'll learn later, are fucking ruthless.
All right, well, they've been trained well.
Right. 2 years? He's been in the prison just playing solitaire. They've been at home training.
All right, now we finally get to the Ho abode. Beautiful, tasteful. You know, Trump wishes he had the taste of Dolemite.
You would think a guy living where he lives and the community he's living in and everything would, just. You're right. The Dolemite shoe, everybody would be buying. Whereas the Trump shoe, everyone's like, this fucking guy, who does he think he is? Have you seen this shoe?
Yes, it's ugly.
Exactly. The Dolemite design shoe, they wouldn't be able to keep it off the shelves.
Right.
Wait. They wouldn't be able to keep it on the shelves.
Yeah.
Did that backwards.
So Dolemite, of course, when you're lounging, he's in his lounging outfit. He's got to get in a new suit.
This is the incredible part. It's a low budget movie. They probably spent like under $100,000 in those months.
Well, I took that from Dolemite. Anytime I walk into a different room of my house, I change into a new outfit.
This is a
That's the
fascinating.
only way to do it.
I told Murray already that I watched soccer over your house this morning. So Murray, at one point, Mike's like, I have to go to use the restroom. And he got up, and I heard him go to the other room, close the door, put on a whole new outfit. Then I heard him go upstairs, use the restroom, back into the other room, change his outfit.
It's called a pee outfit, Griff. You don't do that.
Well, you know about me. I don't even close my door.
Walking around clothes?
I pee in my... Oh, my God. There's so much to learn. See, you guys taught me about Rudy Ray. You have much to teach me about bathroom clothes.
Well, this is called street knowledge. We're
Street knowledge?
laying it down for all our white listeners, which is everybody.
Right.
So he's dark yellow shirt, brown pants, matching bow tie. He's in the process of getting
this. This is the one where he keeps it undone, which I thought Wayne Coyne of the Flaming Lips invented that look, but no, Dolemite did it.
He's done everything.
Right.
So many white people have taken from Dolemite.
Right.
So Queen Bee he's getting up to speed about what's going on. She's like, look, Dolemite, Willie Green was behind that assassination attempt. Pinky, one of your best bitches, she split. She's with Willie Green now. Even though they call her Peggy in this scene for some reason. It is Pinky.
Right.
We'll learn later on.
Because he's thinking back 2 years ago. Oh, yeah, Matthew Stafford was the quarterback of the line. Oh, no, he's gone. He got traded for Jared Goff. Pinky's gone. That's the point. It's like everything he thought was an established fact of his business cut right out underneath.
But not only that, the worst thing. His club was bought by Willie Green.
Yeah.
Not even bought; it was stolen.
He's like Queen.
And that's the thing that's keeping the community together.
Right.
The Dolemite total experience.
He's telling Queen Bee, he's like, you know what? Pinky's tough loss, but it's okay because I got my club. I got big ideas. I was in prison. I was coming up with bars, coming up with dance routines. I'm coming up with all this shit. I'm sorry, Dolly, as Queen Bee would call him, Dolly, I'm sorry. I got to cut you off here. We don't own the club anymore. In fact, we don't just not own it. We owe them $50,000. Willie Green.
Why did they owe? Like Willie Green stole their club. It's like, oh, by the way, you owe me $50K.
Yeah.
What's up with that?
I don't know. Is there some kind of protection fee? She wanted you to scratch her butt, and you didn't.
Oh,
Yeah.
I thought she wanted
Not
more
Queen
treats.
Bee. We're talking about a Dolemill.
She was
dog.
looking at me, and I heard a Sarah McLachlan song like, "You're not giving me more treats. I'm starving over here."
That's okay.
We also learned that Dirty Cop Mitchell, the guy who's responsible for putting Dolemite in jail, and his partner White, perfect name for a fucking hunky ass cop, have been harassing the girls and fining them constantly.
It was White?
That's why they're down by $50K, because they keep fining the girls for fucking doing their job.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, his partner's named White.
Oh.
The guy that looks like Will Ferrell.
Oh, I heard Mike.
No, it was White.
So Mitch and Mike comes up in my notes. It was,
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Because I told Murray already. Again, this is new to you. I looked up the script when I was doing the notes for this movie.
Okay.
And I thought it was the legit script because the lines were so one-to-one. And Murray's like, no, you and whoever did these aren't black enough because you're wrong about
They
so
actually
much.
said no business bond insecure.
Yeah.
Like it's a business bond
And
or something. Like hunky ass shit.
If Rudy Ray was yelling these things at me in the Rudy Ray way, I would cry and piss myself and curl up in the fertile position because I would be terrified.
So she's like, look, man, you need to look at Creeper is the only guy you can trust. He's a hamburger pimp. He's addicted to smack.
All you got to do is give him a call.
That motherfucker ain't paid his phone bill. But he hangs out at Fatburger with the penny pimps and nickel hustlers. By the way, I just learned this right before recording. This guy was a real crackhead. They just found on the street. They're like,
my God.
they're like, none of the actors they auditioned were could grasp this role. So they were just driving down the street and they're like, how about that motherfucker right there? And
This
the
guy
rest
killed-
is film history.
Guy,
For anyone that's ever listened to Cheech and Chong's records, they have a sketch called Blind Melon Chitlin. And the Creeper, a.k.a. the hamburger pimp, sounds like Tommy Chong's Blind Melon Chitlin, where he's just like, total nonsensical. I couldn't understand half of what he said.
Hey man, I'm so bad. I beat my own ass.
I loved Creeper. He was too good.
That was a good line. I'm so bad I beat my own ass twice a day.
Yeah, that's right.
So
I loved
she's
it.
like, also, she did everything down. She's like,
Yeah.
I know you need backup. I put all your girls to send her to the dojo. Sensei Seagal has taught them well.
Yeah, I know you're thinking everything's doom and gloom here. I'm giving you a lot of bad news, but I got to tell you, your girls, for the last 2 years, have been enrolled in karate. They're breaking boards. They're breaking bricks. They're tippy-tapping. They're kicking assin'.
Sensei Swetlin has taught them well.
Yeah. And then she like looks over. You were pretty good at the karate too, right?
Well, I'm good with my katas.
It's been a long 2 years, I'd say.
So we need to see what's going on with these hoes. Are they the real thing? So we get another flashback.
That's right.
And we see a random Joe is not going to pay the $100 for the night of ecstasy.
He is not a random Joe, Tim.
Okay.
Sorry, Dolemite. He is Joe
respect my
Blow,
name.
lover man.
That's right.
So in his hubris, he believes he doesn't have to pay, and in fact, but he does give her $2. He's like, "Bitch, you should be paying me." And she ain't having that, so she beats the fuck out of Joe. What's his name again?
Joe Blow, lover man.
That's right. You should be paying me. Fuck that. No. And we don't get to see the full ass beat. No. We get to see her just kick him off camera, and we're left to assume that she beats his ass.
All right, now we need to see our villain, Willie Green. And sure enough, it's that ne'er-do-well we saw in Mitchell's car in the beginning.
That's right.
And his crew they're arriving at the massage parlor they own to collect their their protection money.
That's right. He walks in. Where's my girl Flo?
She comes
Not
in.
Flo from Progressive, everybody.
No. She greets him. He's like, "Bitch, I don't have time for a massage." She's like, "Do you want a massage?" He's like, "I don't have time for that shit.
Don't hide your hands from her.
I need to check out the action." So as that happens,
Millie's getting pressure at the mic.
Millie, this can go long enough. We don't need your bullshit. As he walks in, we see a very kind of guy that would say drawers come in, and he's like, he remind me of the guy from Coffee that was leaving.
Yes,
what's-her-face's
that was.
place?
Yeah.
Probably the same guy.
Probably.
He ain't one of the good ones.
That's what he's famous for. He just plays every white guy leaving
Every
a
white
whorehouse
He's
in a
actually named-
blaxploitation film.
Well, this is a massage parlor.
Yeah.
All right. This is not a whorehouse.
His name is
Fair
White
enough.
John.
So we see Willie looking in, checking things, make sure everything's up on the up and up.
Right.
He goes. He's walking through the parlor and he's peeking in like every room. That first room is getting the most aggressive hand job I have ever seen. I don't know how
He paid extra.
this guy is enjoying himself, but there's two women absolutely abusing his nether
That's
room.
his don't kink shame. That's his
Again,
thing.
rated R movie. We don't see full erect penis or anything. So there's a towel, and they're doing like some fucking crazy hand maneuvers. Like I couldn't even make out the 9 powers and ninjas they were enacting on this man's dick. Because they were intense, but obviously they were very calming and erectile charms.
Yeah, there's some erectile function going on there.
There was
As
some-
Griff wrote his notes, they were rubbing butts and tugging nuts.
I wanted, guys, I started with those two, and I was like, I need a third, and I could not find another utz to add in
Well,
there.
That's why you're not Dolemite.
I was like, maybe a strut in something, but
Something with sluts.
sluts.
see?
Sluts didn't pop up. I could have used
No, man.
sluts.
Sluts don't get paid for it.
No, they
Rubbing
don't.
butts, tugging nuts, and fucking sluts.
Yeah, but like Mike said, sluts don't get
They're
paid, and these
professionals.
women were getting
well,
paid.
yeah.
But yeah, we get the fucking the large man with
Needing
the
a-
tiny ass just getting his ass, like
Hank
that-
Hill getting a...
That's the only time Willie Green shudders when he looks into one of the rooms. Every other room, he's just like, all right, business as usual. Then he gets to that
yeah.
flabby white dude getting his flat ass
Yeah,
rubbed.
You
that's
got-
all that's all a propane happy ending because that's a Hank Hill ass getting needed.
Oh,
Well, his ass gets harmed a lot because of the riding mower and everything. But like the one room, the girl's just like giving a hum or something. You got the guy who's into the girl riding his face. Like you got it all. And Willie, like you said, he's just like, God damn, my business is great. And then he sees the Hank Hill and he's like, white people. Fuck Christ. And their cotton drawers.
Cotton drawers hanging on a hook.
Yeah. Jesus Christ. They cast a large shadow, those white drawers. I gotta tell you, that's the only thing black about those white drawers.
Those drawers went up to the nipples and down to the knees.
That's right. So we're watching Willie just walk along, and we're thinking that he's going to the next room because suddenly we're in a new room, and there's a woman just laid out in bed, lingerie, waiting for some action. Great bust of a black man with like a really long neck. Did you guys notice this thing?
Yes, that was so weird. That was at Dolemite's place. You said Willie Green, didn't you?
Oh, was that? Well, no. This is. I didn't know where we were, but they shot this in a way where I thought it was at Willie Green's place.
I'm glad you. I did notice that. I'm glad you brought it up because I forgot about it. Maybe that's where he keeps his wig on. Because
keep your wig on it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my God, that was.
Because I was like, what? Why is that thing there by the bedside table? That would make sense that he pops off his piece and puts it on there.
Oh
Yeah, what we're talking
God.
about, people, is it's like the head you keep a wig on, but it's a black man's face with a long neck.
Yeah,
It's almost like a piece of art.
I thought it was a piece of art, and I just thought it was fascinating. So, again, we're at this age now where when I watch a movie, I'm noticing all these details because that's movies more than just the lines you hear and scenes you see. There's so
That's
much
what
going
mediocre podcasts do.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Oh, well, no, you're right. That's what a mediocre podcast. A bad podcast.
The kind that people listen to for some reason.
Yeah.
I don't know why.
No. They don't even listen to that.
The
They
jokes.
listen to a bad podcast that does the Beavis and Butthead. That was a bad scene. No.
Yeah, they didn't even notice the head.
We do details. We get down to the wallpaper.
Which, by the way, inspired the wrestler Al Snow, one of the whitest guys in the world,
One of the whitest guys.
to have a head as
That's
his
right.
gimmick.
Anybody need head? Does everybody want head?
I'm sorry, everybody. Swedes and Scales not going to be making all month. We were waiting for it. We're like, oh my God, we're gonna burn it out.
Well,
We need to find a blaxploitation movie for next year's Blaxploitation History Month.
with a good.
Well, the ultimate was Black Shampoo. We already did it though.
Yeah. That's
true.
We didn't have the Swedes and Scale at the time. I regret that.
We were still working on some of the chords and some of the
Right.
melodies for it.
well, right, and we had the computer punch cards at Slaughterhead.
Right.
Yeah. We were using those.
You're right. I forgot about some of the the syntax of the programming and everything wasn't down yet.
Yeah.
We couldn't get it so it was not as because obviously we're human. Oh my God, Millie, you gotta stop. She is getting
Drooling
intense
all
on
over,
Mike.
yeah. She's
Yeah,
getting ready for the
she's
sex
drool-
scene. Drooled all over you. Sure, sorry about that.
I went to Mike's house. His dogs barked at me the whole time, and here's Millie drooling on Mike. She loves him so much now.
Well, that's because Rosa is from the streets. I told you, man.
That's right. She's told me about that knife. But Murray, what people will understand now is Madeline's been out of the office for the last week. He had to help me out in a situation, and you can find that out.
Don't even tell me.
I know. I didn't even tell. Well, I think I whispered it to you one time, but you'll
I think
know.
I might have gotten it in one of the envelopes.
Yeah, you'll know about it because I got it in an envelope. And Mattingly, apparently it's a thing where you can suck anthrax out of a human being's soul. So,
I didn't know those souls had anthrax.
yeah. Well, I somehow got it.
All right. So, Dolemite, he's only nutted once since he's been out of jail. He's ready for round 2. So, is this Shy, isn't it? Or is this some random hoe?
Wait, this hoe that he's with? I
Yeah.
didn't recognize it because this isn't Pinky yet.
It's not Pinky yet.
This
I
is
don't- I
just
don't know
some
if it's
girl.
Shy or just a random one.
No, this was.
See, I
not-
know she wants to try him out, but that might be later. He does fuck Shy later on.
Oh, I don't even remember when he fucked her.
I think that's the next sex scene.
Okay.
So this is just some random hoe. And he does his business. I mean, there's not much to say. They just cut away. It's like this would have got an X rating, basically.
Yeah.
So, all right, as he's leaving, Mitchell and White stop him. He's going to his car again.
Right.
That's their move, waiting by his car.
Whole new outfit. He's not wearing a 3-piece suit for this one. He's got on like it kind of felt like a Hawaiian type
It
shirt.
kind of is
but it was-
reminiscent of those bowling shirts that were popular in the 90s.
Kind of. It was very
Yeah.
70s toned.
Very
It was-
loungewear.
Yeah, loungewear, dark tones and all that. But yeah, and so he's getting out, and he's getting harassed again by the police, and he's like, "You better fucking let me, Murray."
Man, move over and let me pass before I have to be pulling these hush puppies out your motherfucking ass.
Always rhyming. This man thinks in bars and nothing else.
I'm like, all right, well, we're gonna check your car, boy. Open up, and lo and behold, nice big baggie full of coke.
Oh,
And to make sure forget a nummy, Mitchell just fucking dips his fingers in, sticks the fingers up his nose,
Guys,
and takes inhales.
90-minute movie. We need to get in and out. We don't need a fucking side story to see that these cops are crooked. We don't need to see them going, busting up a hooker operation, and then fucking one of the prostitutes and telling her she's going to take it and like it. All we need to see them do is plant a little coke, do it themselves. That's some good shit, and go in for a second bump.
Right. There's sugar in their boogers, and he's like, yep, this is coke. You're done for, boy. We're gonna run you out of town and all your black bitches.
Yeah, we see you in your fancy cars and your fancy suits and all your top-notch black bitches.
You got the white ones, motherfucker. And that just sets Mitchell off. He's born insecure.
That's right.
Says it right in the name.
Says it right in the name.
And he goes, "Look, boy," trying to get his manhood back.
That's right.
And they just start White and him start pummeling Dolemite.
Yeah, it's just Mitch alone right here. He just turns Dolemite alone around and says, "You'll remember this," and starts just hitting him in that breadbasket. But you see, he doesn't realize in prison he's put on a breadbasket, so he can absorb these blows now. You know, if he was more of a lean figure, he would not have been able to take these blows so easily.
And he starts fighting back, or should I say his stunt double starts fighting back.
Yeah, Dolemite plays possum a minute here. He goes to the ground and he looks up. He's fucking idiot.
This wasn't for the safety of Rudy Ray Moore. This is for the safety of everyone else, because if Rudy Ray were to throw some kicks and punches, people would have died.
Yeah.
Right.
Not because he wanted to. He's just that powerful.
Right. This is like some chakra level shit here.
He does have to register his hands as lethal weapons.
It's a real pain to travel that way. Crossing state lines with those things.
So, Dolemite does, and this is how we can tell it's not Rudy Ray, because the kick goes above the waistline.
Oh my God!
After the face,
yeah,
whiffs it by like 6 inches.
Still whiffs it.
Still keeps it in the film. They're
Right.
like, cut, great shot.
Yeah, it was like the punch Sonny throws in The Godfather that misses by a mile, and you're like, oh, it just clearly didn't hit the person.
Right.
And Dolemite, we know he's clean. He doesn't do the drugs. So he just pours the drugs on them and stuffs the baggie in White's mouth. Perfect.
White's mouth, yeah.
White would get the white powder.
Yeah,
Exactly.
Yeah. And he gives him a nice little fucking send-off here.
That's for
Mark.
fucking with me, you no business born insecure motherfuckers!
Thank you. We're cutting over to a church because, as we know, every street in L.A., porn store, liquor store, stripping store, church.
Well, strip club.
Strip club.
Stripping store.
Stripping store.
Well, it could be like for paint stripping. I don't know.
Yeah.
So, I don't
That's
know.
what I meant.
We meet Reverend Gibbs, who's very in on the Black Power movement. He's got the little like feather duster thingy.
Right.
The Reverend is awesome.
Reverend was
He's
great.
such a good character.
And he's like, we're going to kill these white people, and we're going to fuck their white bitches. And then Mitchell and White walk in.
He's like, we're going to tear these mother. And then they walk in, he's like,
he's doing
mothers are so awesome.
It was
as
so
the Lord
good.
Jesus says.
Look at these motherfucking whiteys out here telling us to trust Nixon, and he's fucking stealing from the country. Why shouldn't we steal from the white-ass mothers I love?
It's so good.
I loved it.
Look here, Rev. Have you seen Dolemite? And they start fucking griffing around the
The
place.
best
Oh, yeah.
part is that they walk in and they're like, cut the shit.
Yeah.
We know you've called us every name in the book. Where's Dolemite?
Mike immediately comes in. Yeah, I know you've been fucking dogging on us. You said Nixon's a terrorist of the country and shit like that. Don't worry about it. I'm not worried about that. What you got going on back here? Hey, Griff. Excuse me, White.
They go back in the back room, find a crate, open it up, full of fucking guns.
Yeah.
And they're like, oh, what's this? Those are gifts from the big man.
The big man.
So we're thinking Willie Green at this point, right?
That's, you see how well they did that? I didn't even remember that. Yeah, they turned that around.
And but you see, there's some fear for the big man from like they're like, all right, that's cool.
Yep.
But you let us know if you see Dolemite. He's like, I sure will. All right, we've heard about this creeper guy. Now we're gonna see him in action. He's doing a little wimpy move. He's like, I'll gladly pay you Tuesday for a hamburger today. And she's like, shit, motherfucker, just take this goddamn 5-cent hamburger. Get the fuck out of here.
Holding up the line. And again, a thing about the 70s, it's just like, this looked like they just shot it on a random day at this fucking burger
Because that's
stand.
exactly what they did.
Right.
And then he's like, shit, man, robble, and he just walks off, you know.
That is the whitest joke that's happened all day. Robble.
He's the hamburger pimp.
He is the hamburger.
That's originally, people don't know this.
Yeah.
Also inspired, McDonald's was inspired by
That-
they actually
yeah.
did a Happy Meal tie-in,
Yeah.
but and some of the toys are the rarest.
Yeah.
That's how Human Tornado got funded because McDonald's was like, oh shit, we got to pay
Yeah.
Rudy Ray.
People
for
don't
it.
know the hamburger was originally the hamburger pimp.
Yeah.
And white people flipped out as they do,
Right.
so he became the hamburglar.
And they turned him white with freckles.
Yeah. Did you mention that he was trying to buy fries and they're like, there's no fries here.
What kind of hamburger joint don't have fries, though?
That's what I thought was fucking fascinating.
Yeah, that's messed up.
I mean, I guess if you just
They
have
have
like
cheese curds. You know, I was like, what?
if you just have if she said cheese curds, that's even more perplexing.
That's what I'm saying. That's how weird it was.
It's like you have a fryer, but you don't do fries. Fry is in the name of both.
Maybe this is the original Burger King, and they were flame broiling everything.
But again, I love the random guy they had here that he gets the burger and the girl says, I'll buy it. I know you're good for it. Whatever. You're holding up my line. He turns to the guy, and this is where we start to hear Creeper has his own fucking track.
Yeah.
A D, maybe C level character, but I love. I don't know. Was this organ?
I don't know.
I
I
think
don't
this
even
is
remember.
organ happening here. But what's the other fucking electronic organ type keyboard system?
Like a synthesizer?
Nah, it wasn't synthesized. I can't
right,
think of what.
well,
but
all right.
yeah, it's just going to town. He's high fiving this dude. Oh, it's so good.
Another hamburger.
And then we watch him walk down a sidewalk for 4 minutes. And he's just like itching his leg and then strutting and
It was
butting.
good
and,
shit. They had to leave it in. There's a lot of padding in this movie.
I mean,
we'll get, especially near the end.
I feel like I liked this padding as opposed to the end padding because it didn't seem like they knew what they were doing with the ending. Yeah. But here it's just like this is just living in the town type shit.
Dolemite arrives. He's in the parking lot. He's walking up. Another new suit, mustard green or mustard yellow this time.
Mustard green,
purple trim. As of course they go together. You know,
right.
Mustard and purple. We all know that.
Yeah, that's like
Wasn't
that
there
song.
a team in Blades of Steel that wore like the mustard yellow and purple?
I haven't
Minnesota.
I
Was
ha-
it Minnesota?
The Minnesota Dolomites. I remember
looking
that.
this up.
Hey Murray, or that's the gift. I called Mike Murray, so now we're 1 for 1. This is the gift of having a third. You can look it up. I haven't loaded up Blades of Steel in a while.
So they're like, holy shit, it's that Dolemite. Everyone's running up. And he's like, no, you got to prove it, man. 'Cause it's 2 years. 2 years on the street is like 50 years in white people life.
And of course, Dolomite's like, look, guys, I just reopened my club. I
don't
want
want
to
the
get
attention.
people down there. I can't be giving it away for free. Man, I bet my last $5 you're Dolomite. And this motherfucker, you heard him. He needs you to prove it. You need to prove it.
It's not mustard yellow, but Minnesota was the yellow and purple.
Okay. Yeah, okay.
They didn't have the technology back then to get
They-
the bright mustard.
Right.
Because Edmonton was like the mustard yellow and green.
Yeah,
that's
that's
like
a
a-
good.
that's
That's
like a
like a
Packers.
Minnesota North Stars.
Yeah.
We got to white it up a little by talking about hockey for a minute.
Right.
So Dolemite, he's like, all right, if anything for a fan, I'll show why I'm the real Dolemite.
Right. Well, when he hears the guys on his last $5, he's like, all right, this is my community. And again, how do you champion your community? You give to the little man sometimes. And this man is literally saying, this is my last $5.
And he breaks into a rap only Dolemite could recite.
My last $5, please.
All right, man, all right.
Right on, right on.
One beautiful day in the merry month of May, the great Titanic sailed away. The captain and the lieutenant was having a few words when the great Titanic hit that mighty iceberg. Sean was in the boiler room eating some peas. Black-eyed peas they were. And the water come damn near to his knees. Before Sean could take a bite of bread, that water come darn near up to his head. Sean run up on the deck and said, Captain, 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 that water's damn near up to my neck. The captain said, Sean, go back, pack the sacks. We got enough sacks to keep this water back. Sean, you standing up here study bullshitting and drinking, but can't you see this raggedy hunk of junk is slowly sinking? To cap, I'll be in New York unpacking my truck when the news reach the world, this junk done sunk. Captain said, Sean, go back and fear no doubt before I take this 2x4 and wear your black ass out. Sean said, Captain, the shit you talking might have once been true. But this is one time your motherfucking talk ain't gonna do. Sean did a run and jumped over in the ocean with his black ass doing a backfield in motion. About that time, all these rich broads run and jumped up on the top. One broad hollered, Sean, stop! All this good stuff that you all give if you make it possible for me to live. Sean said, bitch! Right on! I like your shape and I like your plan, but you should have been offering me your stuff when we was on dry land. If I was in Mississippi and asked you for a piece of trim, you'd have had my black ass hanging from the highest limb. Right on. Not enough, right on, bro. No, go. All right.
Goddamn right, I got two.
Here come another broad out, hollering, shine, shine, shine. I'm the captain's wife. Why don't you help me to save my life? I've been through the cotton fields and I waded through the mills. And honey, I'm a soul sister, baby, and we from the same blood. You can talk so sweet and you can sing so fine, but you shouldn't have brought your high yellow ass across that darn color line. That I'm the one you call the boiler room flunky. Now keep your ass on this ship and ground with these honkies. When the news got around the world that the great Titanic had hit this big iceberg, Sean was in Chicago on Cottage Grove in 63rd. Down on his knees, Nikolai shooting a dime I hope to pay. I left 10,000 rich motherfuckers swinging on their ass. And everybody wondered why Sean didn't drown. He had a card stuck up in his butt and he couldn't go down.
All right, that's some beautiful audio right there. I couldn't make it black enough. I don't know if Murray could have. I don't know if anybody could have, because that's straight from the fucking man himself.
Well, here's a fun fact. Most people probably don't know. A young James Cameron was assistant director on this movie, and he got the idea for Titanic from that rap.
Just from that.
Now, of course, he had to make some changes because even in the 90s, people weren't ready for a black character named Shine to fall in love with a white girl. So it had to be Leo, all right, the whitest guy next to Griff.
He's the whitest guy next to me?
Yes.
Okay.
So, yeah, I mean, there you have it, people. Rap invented right there. Put on celluloid. We know it happened.
Right. I still don't know how much of this segment I put in there because it's like 6 minutes long. I think.
Yeah, it was very long, but it was much like Titanic the movie.
Right.
What are you going to take out?
He put a little break in there, and again, based on how long this episode goes, you might get the full thing, you might get the halfway point.
I mean, every other episode for Blaxploitation History Month has been at least 2.5 hours.
Every one of them.
Hey, if this is a 2.5 hour with that audio. perfect. We'll see. But yeah, because it goes on for a while. But he does actually say, "All right, guys, come on, I got to leave something for the fucking club. I proved my point. You got your $5."
Well, he's watching the hamburger pimp walk away.
Right,
so
and he's like, "I got business to attend to." And
Luckily,
again,
the hamburger pimp walks so fucking slow.
yeah. And again, I don't know how long we went, so you might get that half, you might not. Anyways,
If you had just taken out your explanation, we could have fit the whole fucking rap.
exactly.
Yeah.
We've gone on this for a
We
while.
prefer you'd rather hear us ramble for 5 minutes. Anyway,
Rebel.
so he spots the hamburger pimp.
Well, if it isn't a hamburger pimp.
And goes up to him, approaches him.
That's right.
Hey man, you Dolemite, man.
He doesn't even recognize.
Rabble,
he
man.
doesn't recognize Dolemite. Hey there, hamburger pimp. Hey, don't be fucking harassing me. I'm bad, motherfucker.
He doesn't recognize him because his eyes aren't open.
His eyes aren't open. He's shaking the whole time, scratching his neck, looking down at his feet. I gotta tell you, if you're trying to fuck with me, I'm bad. I'm so bad. I fucking beat my shit ass twice a day before I eat oatmeal.
And then he's like, wait, man, you're fucking Dolemite, man.
And the biggest fucking embrace. Come on. See, all these movies, everyone's so afraid of male characters bonding. Right here. These guys are like acquaintances. And he hugs him.
Which he probably hasn't had a hug in years because he's a smelly-ass smack addict.
He's used to people giving him hamburgers to go away.
Right.
And this man embraces him. Not just any man.
He's
Dolemite.
He's a child of God.
It's Ace Ventura up in the podcast studio. The cat's climbing all over Murray's shit.
And a hawk just landed on your lawn.
No way.
No, it didn't.
Okay. I took a picture of it last time it did.
So they go back to his crack abode.
Yeah.
And
Not a hoe about it, crack. No, Murray, come on. We can't do this.
Crack Shack?
Crack Shack.
Yeah.
You beat me to it.
I didn't even... Millie! What is happening today?
By the way,
Take it and put it on
my
the fridge.
favorite B-52 song. That was the original title of Love Shack was Crack Shack.
But Murray, what
Crack Shack, baby.
what I wanted to talk about was the fact that we spent 9 minutes to watch Dolemite parallel park in this alley.
Well, we got to fill that 90 minutes.
Right. I'm sorry, Millie. We got to take your toy away. Here. No. Oh, my God. She's going to come right back. We got to put that up.
So Creeper is like talking about how bad the world's gotten since Willie Green has been running.
Man, hamburgers went up to 10 cents.
They
They stopped selling French fries.
They barely put onions on them
can't-
anymore.
They can't afford potatoes. And potatoes are cheap as shit. That's how bad it's got.
It's so. This is the next potato famine. I read it in a book.
He's like, I gotta stoop to pickpocketing to get my money for my fix now, man. While he's saying this, he's tying off and shooting himself up with heroin.
Murray, again, we got to talk about sets because I love to talk about sets. So we're in, of course, a crack abode. A crack shack. Excuse me. We did agree on that. Crack shack. Fucking wallpaper peeling off. He's got... Guys, we love to talk about the clean sheets. These sheets were not clean. Millhouse, you got to leave Mike alone. Oh, my God. We got a new love affair going on here.
Jeez.
Murray,
so
you better
mad
replace...
that I'm not paying attention to her right now.
I know. So, yeah, you're right. He's watching him just tie off and shoot up. And I love how Dolemite sells this because he's just sitting there watching it. They are 1 foot apart.
Right. And he offers to put Creeper on his payroll. He's like, look, I'll give you all the money you need for your heroin. But you gotta tell me what's going on the streets. And he's saying that Creeper starts nodding off.
Right.
Because he's about to tell him who the fuck put the hit out on him.
Dolemite, you should
Who killed his nephew Jimmy.
You really should hit this shit, man. It's so good. It's
You gotta
got me.
ride this dragon, Dolemite.
Right, this is the real wacky tobacco. I don't know where I'm at.
I know who killed your nephew Jimmy. And then that Dolemite perks up and is like, Jimmy, Tell me, boy. He's slapping the shit out of fucking creepers.
He jumps up on the bed and is pushing him back. Wake the fuck up! Tell me about Jimmy. What happened to Jimmy?
Man, Jimmy was forced into dealing drugs, man. He wanted out. He went to the police and they killed him, Dolemite. They killed Jimmy.
I was leaving the liquor store. I was leaving the pawn shop. I was leaving the burger shop. His story changes 9 times, but the only thing that makes sense in the story is I saw it. They killed him.
And I'll tell you who did. And then he's like, tell me. Slapping him, tell me. And then 2 guys just bust in and fucking fill him full of lead.
Right. And this is the scene where I was saying that the outside shot, the exterior shot of the crack shack here, he's used in Human Tornado and everything. So this is a location that Dolemite has returned to.
It's Rudery Moore's Shervan Ranch.
Yeah, it's the Shervan Ranch. Yeah.
Dolemite ain't going out like that. So he busts into his karate moves and fucks these guys up. Takes them out. And just as he takes them out, just when all the violence is stopped, that's when you find a cop. Because that's when Mitchell and White show up.
They basically roll up as the shooting happens. Like they set this whole thing up. They're filthy.
Oh, right, of course.
They go, oh, look like we got murder 1 on Dolemite here. You're going down to Chinatown, Mr. Dolemite.
Got a new toy. At least this one doesn't squeak. So we're cutting to Blakely.
New character.
Yeah, we haven't heard this name. This is actually one of the top billings when you look at IMDb. This is going to be a character throughout the rest of the movie, so get used to that name. It's Blakely giving a visit to the old Reverend Gibbs. You remember him.
I do remember him. I love him.
Yeah, he's a great, interesting character. He's definitely a tweener type character.
Well, he's great in this scene because he's fucking a fat chick.
Yeah, he's tween the sheets.
He is going to town on a full-bodied woman.
Full-bodied, gray hair.
Knock, knock. It's Officer Blakely. Because we don't know what he is right now. We're like, he must be another cop. He's well-dressed, in a suit and everything. Right. He's got like a badge. Didn't he flash a badge?
70s, man. 70s had the ties where they were like fat.
Yeah.
But they went down like 9 inches from your chin. So it's weird looking. But yeah.
And he starts asking him questions. Like, I want to know if these white cops going around. And he's like, they work for Willie Green? And then as he's talking, he notices some drawers.
Yeah. Are these drawers?
And he's like playing with them, spinning them around. Look, man, I know you're up to something. And when the shit hits the fan, I'm coming after you, Reverend Gibbs. Because Reverend Gibbs ain't talking.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know what you're talking about.
Blakely's trying to ask him, do you work for Dolemite? Do you work for Willie Green? I haven't heard of either of them. I'm an innocent bystander. I preach the Lord's gospel. You know, the Jesus Christ, the black one.
I got my eyes on you. All right, cut back.
He does pull out the drawers on him. He's like, oh, you preach the Lord and his practices with these drawers? Drawers?
Hey, Reverend's going to have sex. He ain't a priest.
Oh, yeah, right. Yeah. It does shake Reverend Gibbs, though. He was a little nervous about that.
We check because maybe he's married and this is his hoe on the side piece. Cut to Queen Bee. We're back at the hoe abode. And we learned that Queen Bee is still keeping
finding toys in this goddamn house. There's so many. I like that she chose today to like Mike to bring every toy to her.
We learned that not all is well at the Hoabo because there's some stealing, some griffin going on, if you will.
I will.
And we learned that there's some harsh justice in the Ho abode if you steal.
This is like an anarchist commune. It's always about, like, you know, respecting other people's property. It's not about stealing from, you know, corporations and all that, but you don't steal from other people.
Well, no, this is biblical because it's much like Cain after he murdered his brother. God did not kill him. He shunned him. He exiled him. And that's what happens in the Ho abode. If you break the rules, you're kicked out for life. You can't come back.
That's right. And so Queen Bee steps up to this woman. Did you steal? No. Pull your money out. And she goes in and she pulls a small wad of cash from her pocket. As we get the
Millie's gone buck wild on this episode, and I apologize for that.
I was telling you guys.
This has never happened. This is our 299th episode, and she's never been this much of a pain in the fucking ass.
I was telling you guys.
Now, a professional podcast, we just cut all this shit out.
But we're a buck rag podcast.
Right.
I just love that she found a squeak toy. We got rid of it, and she came back with a bigger squeak toy.
That's her birthday squeak toy from 2 weeks ago, everybody. I just realized that I got her new pills, and they gave me the wrong receipt for some other dog. Because I was like, my dog's not 8 years old. She's 9.
Make sure she has the right medication.
Oh, she's got the right meds.
Okay.
So we learned the penalty for stealing is exile from the Hoe abode.
That's right.
Blakely pays a visit to Dolemite in lockup. He got arrested. He's getting framed for another crime he didn't commit, murder.
That's right.
And he asked him about Willie.
But, of course, Dolemite's not going to talk. He's not a fucking snitch. This is his community.
Right, he'll take care. That's where the warden let him go because he's taking care of business.
As much as he hates Willie, and we learned that from the opening credits, that Willie thinks he's a motherfucker. Well, he ain't no motherfucker. I'm a motherfucker. He's still part of my community, and I'm going to defeat him. This is like, I don't know. I don't know what to say. He's not about to murder this man. He's just out to beat him.
Right. Well,
not physically. It's just like, yeah.
So, this just happens to be a guy just trying to do his time, playing with some dominoes, making a little like they had no Legos in jail. I'm sorry to break that to you guys.
Right.
So the next best thing is dominoes.
Right.
So
we didn't have Star Wars sets back then.
Yeah. So he's making a little house out of dominoes, and Blakely walks by and just fucking hits it.
My only thought on this scene.
So now I'm hating Blakely. I'm like, fuck this guy.
That was my only thought on this scene was Blakely's trying so hard to make himself seem unlikable because even to another could possibly be a play cousin, he just fucking knocks the domino house over. He's just like, I see you spent so much time and effort working on that, but you're in jail here, so who the fuck cares? You're a little rat.
Right.
A rat soup eating motherfucker.
As if being in jail ain't bad enough. You gotta punish people even more.
Right.
I mean, who knows what he's in for?
Right.
So he walks out, and a minute later, Dolemite, you're bailed. Did he just murder somebody? Do you get bail if you murder somebody? Because that's what the crime he's allegedly done.
Right.
But he gets bail.
It's crazy.
And sure enough, we're like, Queen Bee must have paid, right?
That would be the initial thought because Queen Bee is the one that really campaigned to get him out in the beginning of the movie.
Right. And we got to imagine that Dolemite, he's still got a stable of women. He's got to be making some money.
Right.
So it's like, this makes sense.
And then as he walks out, he doesn't know. He's like, I'm happy to get out. So he's back in his suit again, no cotton draws. As he walks out, a Cadillac convertible pulls up.
I was waiting for the $1 million man to come. Hey, I parked my car 5 miles away. Let's run there.
First of all, he's the $6 million. Ted DiBiase's the $1 million man. Steve Austin.
Everybody's got a price for the $1 million man.
He's $6 million.
Oh, no, I did the wrong name.
Guess who it is, guys? It's Pinky E. Vaughn, the hoe that got away.
Oh, we heard about her. This is character building right here. We heard right at the beginning when he got out of prison about Pinky E. Vaughn.
Pinky, is that you, girl? Sure is. Dolemite, hop in. So he ain't got a ride, so he hops in.
That car, Murray, I don't know if you checked the temperature, but if you read the engine gauge on that, what would you say it was at?
It was running warm.
Running warm. She was keeping it warm.
So they stop at her place for a little post bailout fuck because she gotta get her money back, and she wants it in a.
She doesn't want it in bills. She wants it in inches.
So they fuck, and I think this is post fuck, right? We come into they just fuck.
We're
right?
left to assume that they just.
I don't know. This was such a weirdly shot, edited, put together scene in general.
And there's a weird cut to this scene too,
Yeah.
where it's like clearly them trying to transition to their next lines, but they had to do a weird cut to it, and it's abrupt. But yeah, I think this is post coitus.
Yeah.
And they're trying to do
and
some
by the way,
yeah.
Rudy buck ass naked,
Of course.
and he's just laying out there, letting it all hang out. And he's like, "I'm curious, girl. Why did you leave my stable? Because my stable is stable." and she's just like, she didn't know what to say, man. She's on the spot. And he's like, shit, I'm going to fuck that out of you. And he gets on her again and starts fucking her some again.
But it's the most... He says it aggressively, like, oh, like, brace yourself, because here it comes. And it's the most tame fucking...
Well, it's only lasts like 5 seconds.
Yeah, there's some heated words exchanged.
He's been in prison for 2 years, all right? His stamina isn't built back up yet.
Right.
That's true.
So there's heated words exchange. Rudy Ray Dolemite remembers what this woman is all about. Because remember, we don't remember all of the podcast episodes. We barely remember the movies we've done.
I don't remember the beginning of this episode.
I don't remember the beginning of this episode either. Dolemite doesn't remember the last
What
time.
movie are we doing again?
Dolemite.
She is-
Motherfucker.
There you go.
Okay.
He's learning, people. He's learning.
I'm trying. Drawas. So
Drawlers.
So he remembers, oh yeah, this is that woman. Guys, there are women out there. I'm not saying every woman's this way. And yes,
I am,
it
but,
is it is maybe something we might clutch our pearls over, but this woman is into a little bit of rough stuff.
Yeah.
And so Rudy brings the 5-inch whiff rough stuff to her, and I'm not talking about dick penetration. I'm talking about hand across the face penetration. Penetration? No. Slapping?
Yeah,
Yeah.
slapping.
There we go.
Yeah, in the business, he gives her what they call 5 across the eyes.
Okay, there we go.
It's called a pimp slap for a reason.
That's right. But this is her thing.
It's her king.
She loves it. So that's when it's like, oh my God, you are Dolemite. She wasn't even that convinced by the first, tossing the round. Tossing the sack? Whatever. I know my sex
So are we
terms.
saying she's back in the fold?
I think so. I think that is the tussle in the rustle that she needed.
Okay.
I'm just trying to rhyme so bad. I want to drop bars. I want to drop bars so
Griff.
bad.
Griff,
Am I convincing people I'm not white?
We're too white, buddy. We should never.
white?
We should never attempt to.
Yeah. Okay.
So Dolemite heads out to a payphone. He calls up somebody, tells them to go into the room where he hit a key. Does this key ever come into play?
Yes,
Yeah.
it does.
Okay.
Wait.
Very brief. It is like the quickest segment, but yes, it
Okay.
comes into play.
You'll have to point that
Well-
out because I was like, wait, he just barges in and knifes it. And
And he says, meet me in 1/2 an hour.
I hate that. I hate that terminology. 'Cause
Wait,
that-
this isn't. I thought he knifed the carpet and then unlocked something.
I
in the-
didn't see that.
That must have had to be it, 'cause I don't remember.
When
like,
I watched the
that-
scene
that was-
again,
I assumed
Because
it was like a-
obviously they didn't have a real safe in the
Yeah,
floor.
I assumed it was
or
like
whatever.
a floor safe.
Yeah.
And he was using the key that was. Anyway, so
Anyway.
maybe the key doesn't come into play, but I thought that's where it was.
All we know is meet me in 1/2 an hour.
this is the only lock that I could expect wasn't changed. The office door had to be changed.
They didn't know
so-
about it. That was the whole thing.
And there's that too.
Underneath that shag carpet.
Right, and there's that too.
So we cut to the club formerly known as Dolemite's Total Experience.
Right. Now it's just the total experience.
And we're just seeing some chicks auditioning for a dance.
Wasn't it called the 4th Avenue? Or is that the street that the total experience was on?
I don't know. It could have been called under Willie Green. It was called the
There-
Dolemite
Willie
Total.
Green-
When they reopened it, it was the Dolemite Total Experience.
Yeah, Willie Green at one point does say something about 4th Avenue, I believe. Is that what you're referring to?
4th Avenue gets referenced a couple times, so I thought that was the club
So,
before Dolemite took it back
I
over.
think
it
that
could
was
be.
what Willie renamed
Well,
it.
you're not going to take over a club and call it the Dolemite Total Experience.
No,
if
you
you're
got-
your name's Willie Green.
Yeah.
Call it the Green Store or some shit like that.
I mean, especially when Dolemite is the main act. He's out there doing his fucking rap. So you can't
anyway,
do
we
that.
got some girls auditioning for a dance role. They're all hoochied up. And they're
I'm
and
just
then
glad-
we got our boys. We got Willie Green's boys. They're not barely paying attention. They're just talking amongst themselves.
I want to say I'm glad the Young Bucks have never seen this movie because this would be their next heat-getting spot. This woman in the foreground of the camera
The buttless pants.
with the fucking
fishnets.
like Macho Man frills around her ankles too. Yeah, they would be all over that.
Yeah. And they're just talking, and then a lovely new young lady walks in. We know her. It's Chai.
Yeah. She's wearing a nice summer spring dress, she's looking great here, walking in. Hey, fuck all you girls. Walk. This girl's got the job.
And she's like, I don't want the job. I got my man.
What the fuck are you doing here? Come over here. Talk to us. No, I'm waiting on my man.
Who's your man? Dolemite. Who? Dolemite, motherfucker! And then Dolemite walks in. And he just face palms this guy, this super tall motherfucker.
The disrespect that Dolemite shows to everyone in this room.
Right.
Well, they don't deserve respect. They stole his club.
And this guy is trying his hardest. He's got the fucking jacket.
Hey, you can't go back there. That's Willie Green's office.
Right.
He just walks right in.
He's got the open button shirt with the giant medallion. He can't stop him. This guy's trying to portray the badass lifestyle, but no, he can't even stop Dolemite.
Dolemite pulls out a switchblade, cuts open the shag carpet. I guess this is where the key was at.
Yeah.
Opens up a safe, pulls out 50 large. It must have been $100 bills or like $1,000 bills because that was the Silk One wad.
Yeah, it's also convenient that he had exactly 50,000.
He knows exactly how much money he has.
But here's the problem: is that it would have helped us all if we actually saw after he cut the carpet if there was just like a little cash box laid out with the key open or something, anything like that. But we don't get that. We just see him cutting carpet, which we don't even get to see that much of. We hear it, and then he comes up with $50,000.
Walks back out to the club, just slams that wad of $50K on the table, and he goes, give this to Willie Green, and you tell him I want him out in 24 hours, and 23 of them are already gone.
Goons, of course, are like, motherfucker. And Dolemite will not hear another motherfucker. So he slaps the shit out of him. He starts beating their asses.
Beats up 4 guys half his age and walks out with Shy on his arm.
That's right. They walk out peacefully at their own pace.
Right. He's got his cane and everything. He's walking out.
That's right.
Willie walks in. What the fuck happened? They're all laid out bleeding.
I was gone for 5 minutes. What the fuck?
He's like, damn, man, that Dolemite motherfucker came. He had 10 motherfuckers with him. We couldn't do it. And he's like, I know Dolemite. You lying motherfuckers. You got your ass beat by Dolemite.
This was such a good scene to make us kind of like, oh, Willie Green gets it. Because Willie Green's like, you motherfuckers are lying to me. Starts slapping the shit out of this goon who's been punked 3 times now in the last 3 minutes.
And he's like, that motherfucker Dolemite. All right, cut to the dojo. Queen Bee is with Dolemite. He's showing that she ain't full of shit. She's been training these girls. We're watching them do their katas. They're rolling on the fucking mats.
Did I write down Dolemite's outfit here?
What was his outfit?
Oh, I did. Because I remembered it. He's wearing like church clothes at this point. He's got the white.
The Church of Dolemite.
White. He's got the white pants, the white shirt, the white hat. Because this is one where it's kind of like the bigger, I don't know what I know the brim of the hat, but I don't know what they call like that perch of the hat. So he's got the big old fucking perch, and then he's got a wide brim that comes up real high, white, silver, blue. It's incredible. Incredible. And Queen Bee also dressed to the nines, and she's there. Look at your karate bitches.
They're impressive. He's like, ladies, the club is back. We're reopening. Everyone's like, yay. But here's the thing. That Willie Green motherfucker's going to be after me. But Dolemite is my name, and fucking up motherfuckers is my game.
Coach, preach. Like, the Lions needed this guy years ago.
Right.
They would
biting ankles and doing other shit.
Exactly.
Are you saying Dan Campbell is a fan of Dolemite?
Dan Campbell got 90% of his speeches from Dolemite, from what I've heard.
He's just calling the whole roster rat soup eating motherfuckers.
Yeah. That's how he changed the
culture.
Hey,
motherfuckers, these San Francisco Niners, they went to the bar and they were looking for a woman. Then they didn't find a woman. My Dan Campbell's incredible.
He talks like Dolemite and cries like Queen Bee.
That's right.
Go home, get yourselves together, because tomorrow morning, the club is reopening.
Does that not sound like a football speech, though? Go home, collect yourselves, get yourselves ready for tomorrow morning.
All right, we're at another fancy party. This one's different, though, because it's full of white people.
Yeah, they mix in the whites and
but there's some black people,
here.
too. It's very very diverse, inclusive. And this is where we meet a guy. I immediately see him. I'm like, I can't trust this guy. He's white.
Dude, he is Not even the fact that he's white. He's just the slimiest motherfucker I've ever seen in a movie.
Call it like it is,
This
Mike.
guy is so scuzzy.
It's Mayor Duggan, Detroit's mayor,
Yeah.
with a mustache.
Mike got it right away. I didn't get it earlier.
Well,
He's got, I'm sorry to bring it back to Sega Genesis, Dr. Robotnik vibes because he's got the horseshoe hairstyle.
he reminds me of the Princess Bride guy. Inconceivable.
Yes, that guy as well.
You keep saying this word, but I don't think you want to know what it means.
So, yeah, he's got the horseshoe pattern hair, but it's long and
just-
it's frayed.
It's Rip Torn in it, man. It's,
he is the
so
bald
bad.
Rip Torn.
That's
1,000%.
what I hated about the 70s. It's dishevelment.
Yeah, and he's got the 70s leisure suit on here. Oh, my God. He's playing it up to
And
the nines.
there's a black woman. Ladies and gentlemen, the real man who's made this city, rebuilt this city, it's reborn, Mayor Daley. Oh,
She's like, he's done so much for the black community. And it's like, I don't believe you.
It almost sounds like a certain somebody's speeches who's out fucking trying to get out of prison today.
and he's just like, thank you. I mean, well, you've done some of the work, but yes, I have saved the community.
I've done so good.
I have helped you guys. I've put drawers on your bottoms, and I'm keeping you safe.
Willie Green shows up. We're like, I knew this guy couldn't be trusted because Willie Green's there. Butler answers the door. Did he have 2 raisins glued underneath his nose? Like, what was that mustache?
I don't know.
I should
That
not.
looked like a lot of work for not much in return.
Oh, I should not have taken a sip when you were getting ready for this moment because this man, for a man playing it as straight as this guy was,
Mattingly, raisin mustache from here on out.
Very good, sir.
Mattingly, I didn't know he could be picked up by the microphones. I thought we did the thing to his vocal cords. Oh my God. No, this guy was incredible because he had he had 2 little umlauts under his
It was
nose.
2 raisins glued
News.
to his fucking face.
Yeah, his little news stash. It's incredible. And of course, Willie's going to give this guy
Only way
so
to make
much.
the Hitler mustache even more evil is that. And he's just like, oh, I'm sorry. The mayor doesn't seem your kind. And like, you look, motherfucker. You better. And Willie Green just barges fucking in.
Willie Green tells oh shit, what did he tell him? He told him something.
It's like Dolemite's fucking shit up.
Right.
So he barges right into the fucking party. And like Daly's like, oh my God, what are you doing here?
I take meetings in my office, not
What did
my
you
home.
What did you say the club's name was again? Fourth
Avenue.
Fourth Avenue. He says, tell him Willie from 4th Avenue's here and needs to speak to him right away. And then he goes, look, hard R. And pushes him against the door.
Well, he can say it because that was a black guy.
Yeah, of course. Well, I'm a white man. So he backs up against the door, and Butler's like, sir, I will do just that. Goes over, tells Daly. Daly's like, I don't take I'm at my home. Well, tell him to go to my rec room, my kids pinball room.
He goes there. Willie Green's there. He's like, this Dolomite shit's got to be taken care of, man. He's fucking everything up. He took my fucking club.
Paid me for it. 50 large. Exact.
And he's
Exact
like,
change.
somebody bailed him out. I bailed him out because I want to keep an eye on him. I decide when we take Dolemite out. Whenever I'm ready.
I want to get a mold of his chocolate chip dick for my client, Vince McMahon.
So Willie leaves, gets in his like Corvette, takes off. Daly gets on the horn. Mitchell, take care of that Dolemite. And also, I'm not liking that Willie Green character.
And he starts to whisper, and he's like, and I also don't like Willie Green.
Yeah.
Like, he just, everything about this guy was so sleazy.
Everything. So it's like perfect politician.
Yeah.
He's great at doing the two-face thing.
All right, Dolemite is back in his club. Yeah, it's the total experience again.
Yeah.
And he calls up Reverend Gibbs. And Reverend Gibbs calls him, doesn't he?
Reverend Gibbs gives the club a call.
And he's like, hey, I got a tip for you.
Is Dolemite in? No, he's not in. Oh, wait a minute. He is in.
What can I do for you, Reverend? Well, I got a tip for you. $500? Shit, motherfucker, I'll give you 2. That's all right. Reverend Gibbs is cool with that. So he heads down to the church. Or is it the mortuary? He's like in a fucking funeral home now.
It's both.
Yeah. So he's walking in, and
With a new outfit, of course.
No, well, he's got to be funeral attire, so he's all black and white. And if you notice by the cover of this movie and those black shoes, well, black and white shoes, this is that outfit. Yeah. Those black shoes with the white stripes he's wearing here. And he's walking in.
We're shy.
Bow tie. Can you tell me about the bow tie, Murray? Yeah. Did you take notice of this bow tie?
Yeah, all I know is gigantic. So.
Black bow tie, gigantic black bow tie with white little eyes on it. It looked like a face staring into your soul. It was incredible. And, of course, a giant black hat.
What fits the ambience of the scene? Because you're getting into the horror of the scene.
And then you got Shy walking in straight out of a fucking Barbie movie in all pink.
Right. And she's straight out of a Scooby-Doo episode. She's like, ghost! Shit, bitch, you ever see a ghost? Cut the motherfucker. And then they walk into Reverend Gibbs, and there's some bodies laid out because it's a funeral home. So we see some bodies.
How's the business, Reverend?
And Gibbs is like, I know the guy who sent you to prison, Dolemite, and the man behind Willie Green. And he hands over a little note. And, of course, he says, what is... Docs. That's all you got to tell. All your criminal information. Docs.
Go to the docks, and if you get a moment, really look at the fish.
I love that he's like, now how am I supposed to just go down to the docks? He's like, you're looking for a job, man.
Yeah, yes. That is a key moment in this movie. You're looking for a job, man. Think about what we've told you about Dolemite designs, how Dolemite dresses. Dolemite refuses to dress. He's not going to dress as an everyday blue-collar Joe Schmo.
And Dolemite's like, shit, I can go to the docks? Give my money back, motherfucker. What is this shit?
Yeah.
And as soon as he says that, he's like, I'll rat out all, because there's like, one of the coffins is full of fucking machine guns. He's like, I'll make a call to the cops.
Right.
As soon as he says that, the dead bodies leap up with fucking machine guns on Dolemite.
Right.
And he's like, shit, you can keep your fucking $200, motherfucker.
The best thing is, like, that's what I like about you, Reverend. I ask you a sensible question, and you give me a sensible answer.
I love this because he's like, I'm going to con this man. What was the con movie that we did forever ago?
Con Air.
What was it?
I don't know.
Oh. Not Con Air. It was a black
Monkey Hustle?
Monkey Hustle. It was a very Monkey Hustle scene because he was just like, motherfucker, I'm taking my money back because I can rat you out. Rat soup eating motherfucker. You know Dolemite wouldn't follow through on it, but yeah, he calls his bluff. Got the guys with the guns, and they're both, at the end of the day, there's no shooting. He just goes, oh,
game respects game.
And he just goes, oh, you motherfucker, and he walks out. He just turns his back immediately on 3 guys holding guns on him.
All right, so now Dole is at the docks.
But I'm sorry, I'm gonna jump in on this one. So we had the whole thing is like, I'm supposed to go to the dock. How can I just go down to the docks? It's like, you're looking for a job, man. And the whole scene is literally Dolemite in a disguise with Shy. They walk up to a barrel of fish. He opens one up. It's like, cocaine. That's the whole scene. There's no job interview. There's no subterfuge here.
Oh, yeah.
Please describe what he's wearing.
That's the scene. But we're going to talk about it for 10 minutes.
Obviously, we're going to describe the shit out of this. Thank you for giving the preface.
That's great. But that's why I wanted to bring up you're looking for a job because they do this setup and then the whole scene lasts literally like 15 seconds.
Well, Mike, unlike us, they actually have 90 minutes to fill.
Yeah.
And they're like, we're not going to go do a job interview. We already did that earlier with the auditions for the dancers. So
this is a filler scene that could have worked. Like Dolemite going undercover, trying to talk like a common man, could have been an amazing scene in this movie. Hello, my fellow man. I would like to get a hamburger for lunch too.
Hello there, my good man. So we go to the docks, a.k.a. the crack shack, with just 2 barrels filled with ice and a couple flounders on top. All right, we get it. They set the scene perfectly. James Cameron, brilliant job.
Brilliant.
And he's now the disguise is what we're getting to. He's a common working man. What do working men wear? Bib overalls.
Right.
With a red silk shirt with the most gigantic lapels. He was tripping over these fucking lapels. Clowns are like, damn, motherfucker, like some restraint, please.
A nice big gold chain.
Oh my god!
Did he have like the little like cap like you guys? Was he wearing a cap or something like that?
I think he was wearing a cap, but he was also rocking a fake goatee.
He was rocking
Oh,
a fake
right,
goatee. Yep. And then he had sunglasses that were not fit for Dolemite.
I was shocked because I was like doing my notes and I'm like, who's this character? And I'm like, they don't say his name. And I was like, then I'm like, oh shit, it's Dolemite, motherfucker.
It was almost as good as, I don't know if the audience or you have seen the classic film Attack of the Killer Tomatoes.
No.
The Master of Disguise is a black man. And we first get introduced to him. The main character is being told, we got a Master of Disguise coming. It's going to be great. He's a black man, shows up dressed as Hitler. And the main character goes after him because he's like, holy shit, Adolf Hitler. And he tries to kill him. And it's like, no. That's the Master of Disguise. So Dolemite's disguise is almost as good as that one.
Glasses that do not fit him. The giant fucking dress shirt tucked in under some blue jean bib overalls. Yeah. And then he's like he's a train keeper, whatever they fucking call him, conductor.
Train keeper.
I am the keeper of trains. How may I help you?
He's got a fucking giant pocket watch hanging out of the front.
You gotta have a little bling. I mean, even the working man.
But it took me. I had to rewind this scene a bunch of times because, like, oh my god, am I not black enough? Did I not realize this is a whole different scene that's just thrown in here? Before I realized, no, this is Rudy Ray in disguise, and he's killing it outside of the.
Grabs a flounder, opens it up. Sure enough, sandwich bag full of Coke.
Rudy Ray's face looked so disgusted in this scene.
Right, because he hates drugs. It's ruining the community. It killed his fucking his nephew Bucky and Jimmy.
That's true.
Gotta love Rudy Ray for that.
All right, everybody. Now it's the time. The grand reopening of Dolemite's Total Experience. So we got a fucking band playing. They got the fucking James Brown hair. Pants up to their nipples. No shirt on underneath it.
All I thought about was Mike for these scenes. I was just like, oh my god, this is James Brown influence everywhere.
And so many things were off with this scene.
Okay.
So when the band's playing, the tambourine player not hitting that tambourine at all. He brings it up like halfway, but he's a mile away, never touches it, and he's just kind of dancing and having a good time.
He's Davy Jones in it.
Yep. Then Queen Bee comes up and says, give a big round of applause to the band. Now we're going to bring on some other lady. I don't want to rush through this if you had other things to say about it.
Well, I just want to say, AEW audience, dead as fuck. These guys are fucking giving it all on stage.
They're trying to support their community, too.
And then they cut to a shot of just the audience, and it's just literally crickets. They're just standing there staring.
They look so disinterested, but then they'll do a wide shot, and the crowd will be erupting in applause, but you can see the crowd's not moving.
Yeah.
No one's clapping. No one's dancing. No one's into it. And they bring some other lady on to sing.
It's like we're filming a movie, people.
It's not like Superfly in that tiny club with the live bands playing. And everybody's like going along because it's like straight up live.
And then so they bring another lady on to sing, and
not just this other lady, Mrs. Mary Love.
Come on,
I apologize. Well, she was no Sue Manchu.
No, of course not.
But
my God.
Well, she wasn't in town. She was like, she wanted to do it. She's like, Rudy, you gave me my first chance in LA. And she's like, but you know, I'm on my world tour. I'm in fucking Iceland, Reykjavik.
Come on, she and Spider Bjork in Iceland. Is she Greenland? Is she Greenland or Iceland?
I think she's technically, ethnically Greenland, but she grew up in Iceland.
Okay.
Ooh,
so, yeah.
Murray, the Bjork expert, did not expect that.
Well, you see, she's got a little that Inuit kind of look. I'm sorry, is that offensive? I don't know if that word.
No,
I know Eskimo's offensive now.
Oh, I think
Inuit's good.
Okay.
Yeah. That's so crazy. I knew Murray. His first tattoo idea was Army of Murray.
I'm a big Sugar Cubes fan. You know that about me?
Sugar Cubes?
What?
What is that?
You don't know that? It's Bjork's first band.
I didn't know.
You really are Bjork's historian.
I thought everybody knew that.
He's
I'm
sitting
not
here
even kidding.
in his Slayer Rain and Blood shirt, and he's schooling us on Bjork.
I've been listening to Bjork all week, and Murray's telling me about Bjork. and
Now you need to check out the Sugar Cubes.
and fucking schooling me on it.
So anyway, this
So
lady
Manchu.
starts to sing, and then halfway through the song, she is not mouthing the
No.
same words.
No.
The audio and her actions are not matching at all.
I thought this was a internet issue
No,
that I
it
was
wasn't.
having here, especially when Rudy Ray comes out to do his bit. I was like, this isn't
Yeah,
matching.
no, you watch it on the reasonably priced but now out of print Vinegar Syndrome Blu-ray, the VHS.
I would have got it. It was too much money.
the Laserdisc, any version. It's all going to be out of sync.
Yeah.
This is just low
It's how they. It's how
indie filmmaking.
It's called
folks.
guerrilla filmmaking, people.
Gorilla. Yeah, indie is modern. Gorilla is old school.
Okay.
So Mary Love is doing her thing. Crowd totally disinterested. Sue Manchu would have killed. They would have been losing their fucking mind. A pit might have started.
Dude, you got her up there with that fucking man playing the melodica. Do 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 do. Oh my god.
We tried getting Sue Manchu for our wedding, and
Yeah.
She's too big.
Too much.
I'm sorry. I mean,
No.
and we tried.
Yep.
Because you know how tight we are with Sue Manchu.
Yep.
And she was like, sorry. She's like, I love you guys,
What
but
what year
no.
did we say this movie came out? 75?
75.
75. Sue Manchu is 16 years old at this point.
Yeah.
And she is already Taylor Swift, eat your fucking heart out. Sue Manchu has been killing it.
child prodigy.
Child prodigy.
So Willie Green and his boys walk in, and Queen Bee notices. So she goes backstage to alert Dolemite.
Yeah.
This is where Dolemite is like lightly working his fro with the fro pick, just lightly
Yeah.
touching it.
Very like
Not even disturbed at all. He's like, because she's like, oh my God, Willie Green's here. Shit's gonna go down, Dolemite. He's just like,
Let them in. Let them sit wherever they want. They're members of my community. And if they're respectful, I'll be respectful. I love Dolemite for this. He's not raising the arms. He's not being a bitch about it. He's like, I got the hottest club in town.
he's trying to bring peace to the community.
I have the hottest club in town. Of course, Willie Green wants to be here. He's a member of my town, my community. Of course he wants to be here. I will treat him respectfully if he treats me respectfully.
Well, the best part is after this, they show another guy coming in, and I'm gonna do a screen grab to send you to put on the Twitter.
Okay.
And his outfit, I swear he's taking the piss.
Oh, yeah.
Because his outfit is the
Jamiroquai? Is that
dude,
what you're talking
it's the
about?
most ridiculous outfit
Yeah.
that I've ever seen.
The big fuzzy hat. Is that what you're talking about?
Yeah, everything was fuzzy.
Yeah,
the
yeah.
whole
Yeah.
outfit was fuzzy, and it was so big.
I love this shot.
And it's insane that motherfuckers wore that shit back then.
Yeah, I love this shot because it reminded me again of the Player Haters Ball on the Chappelle Show when all the pimps are
What the
walk-
fuck? At the fucking pimp fall and the Mac, you had motherfuckers
Yeah,
dressed
that
like
too,
that.
yes.
And those guys were real pimps in that scene.
Right,
Players
right.
Ball.
That's right. We did. Hey guys, we did this 2 years ago now.
Something like that.
Yeah, we did this. We talked about all that. They were fucking straight up pimps from the community that the film crew paid for to film in the community.
Right, because this was the real Players Ball.
Right.
And they were like, this is like a secret, like underground like, community. It's
Right.
It's like the fucking Black Freemasons, and they fucking got in there.
Black Freemans, you mean? I'm sorry, I'm reading Dune. Dune Messiah. Boring. I can't remember how many sentences I've read in the first chapter that said, and then he's every other sentence is he said.
Too many pronouns, pal.
Frank Herbert, check yourself.
Queen Bee goes out to introduce. He's like, I know everybody's here to see Dolemite. The man that brought you eat out more often, and this pussy belongs to me.
Are those original Rudy Ray tracks?
Of course they are.
Okay.
But first, and this is where we start padding this fucking movie. The Dolemite dancers, everybody. And then they come out, and they're doing like an African kind of thing.
We can see in the credits, this was a local dance community that they paid for to be in their fucking movie. Great moves and everything, great beats, all that. It's all great. Again, you see the wide shot of the crowd, and they're just sitting there. Crickets. But, yeah, it's fucking lively.
You
It's
know
awesome.
why? Because I think Willie Green and Dolemite would have done it. I think Willie Green had said that Sue Manchu was going to be there. And they're just
Oh,
pissed.
no, you can't do that. can't
he's
do
trying
that.
to fucking ruin Dolemite. That's the only way he can do it.
Right, exactly. That would get. That's the biggest name in the fucking country.
So, all right, Dolemite dancers go off. You got something to say, Mike?
Nope.
All right.
Or he's just looking for the perfect shot, I think.
Okay.
Yeah.
Queen Bee comes out, ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Dolemite. And this is where Rudy Ray Moore does his classic. I heard this live. And we're going to let you guys hear it. This is his classic routine called the Signifying Monkey.
Way down in the jungle deep, the lion stepped on the signifying monkey's feet. The monkey said, "Motherfucker, can't you see? You're standing on my goddamn feet." The monkey lived in the jungle in an old oak tree. Bullshitting the lion every day in the week. Every day before the sun go down, that lion would kick his ass all through the jungle town. But the monkey got wise and started using his wit. Started saying, "I'm gonna put a stop to this old ass kicking shit." So he ran up on the lion the very next day. He said, "Oh, Mr. Lion, there's a big bad motherfucker coming your way. And he's somebody that you don't know. He just broke a loose from Ringling Brothers show. Said he talked about your people in a hell of a way. He talked about your people till my hair turned gray." So, Mr. Lion, you know that ain't right. So whenever you run up on the elephant, I want you to be ready to fight. The lion jumped up in a hell of a rage, like a young man smoking some gauge. He ran up on the elephant talking to the swine. He said, "All right, you big bad motherfucker, it's gonna be your ass or mine." The lion jumped up and made a fancy pass, but the elephant sidestepped him and knocked him dead on his ass. He fucked up his jaw, messed up his face, broke all four legs and knocked his ass out of place. They fought all night and all the next day. Somehow the little lion managed to get away. He drug his ass back to the jungle more dead than alive, just to run into that little monkey and some more of his signifying jive. The little monkey said, "Look here, partner, you don't look so swell. Look like to me you caught a whole lot of hell." Said, "Your eyes is red and your ass is blue." Said, "I knew in the first place it wasn't shit to you." Said, "I told my wife before you left I shoulda whooped your ass my motherfucking self." "Shut up. Don't you roar, cause I'll jump out of this tree and whoop your dog ass some more. And don't look up here with your sucker paw case, cause I'll piss through the bark of this tree in your motherfucking face." The little monkey got happy and started jumping up and is down. His feet missed the limb and his ass hit the ground. Like a ball of lightning and a streak of white heat, that lion was on his ass with all 4 feet. Dust rose and tears came in the little monkey's eyes. Nothing he could see and nothing he could hear, but he knew that was the end of his bullshit and signifying career. And signifying career.
And this is where the crowd finally goes wild. They
Right.
lose their fucking
Right.
shit.
This is the first wide shot you can get because everybody is losing their mind. Everybody.
Dolemite exhausted from that performance. He has to go backstage and, get a breather.
Change outfits.
It almost looked like he was wearing an Elvis outfit at this point. It's got the silver. It's got the
Yeah.
fucking cape on and all that
He's
shit.
back at the table like the mirror, shirtless with a cape on his shoulders.
Dude, he had a fucking leopard print cummerbund
Yes, he
on.
did. Gigantic cummerbund.
It was like white with silver and the giant. Yeah.
So he's just sitting there at the mirror, saggy boobs.
Yeah.
And Shy walks in And she's like, Willie Green's here.
Okay, what do you want from me? Well, I just want you to know he's here. He asked me to give you some information and this tip.
What was the tip?
She didn't really say anything. It was basically just
She
Willie
hands
Green.
him a note.
Yeah, it was a note.
So Dolemite dons a new outfit, as you do.
Tells
this is his
her-
third outfit just this night.
Yeah, tells her to keep it cool, baby. Get back out there. I'm going to be right behind you. I'm going to talk to Willie Green. No big deal.
Much like a Michael Flatley, he comes out to greet all his people and say how they're doing.
He's a man of the people.
See, Michael Flatley clearly was inspired when he knew he was going to run a fucking resort. He's like, who's the best businessman available? Dolemite. I got him.
Motherfucker.
Dolemite motherfucker. So he modeled his resort after Dolemite's total experience.
So he goes over to Willie's and he greets him. And Willie's like, hey, man, here's the thing. You cheated me, motherfucker. And he's like, I gave you the 50 grand, motherfucker. But the thing is, interest, brother.
2 years. That's 100% interest each year.
100K you owe me, baby. But here's the thing. You can give me my club back. I ain't giving the club back, motherfucker.
Well, don't lose your shape, and it is shapely. Here's what I'll tell you. We'll go into business together.
You take care of the business, baby. I take care of the heat.
I saw your act. You're fucking incredible up there.
Dolemite, disgusted, just stands up. It was nice to see you people. But fuck you, man! And then walks off.
Everybody in his entourage, it was nice to see you, man. But you, points him out, Willie Green in particular, fuck you, man.
Dole walks off. Willie is furious. He's been emasculated in front of all his boys.
You see, guys, everything. Guns literally ruin everything. They could settle this like, man, Willie Green got bested by Dolemite, but he can't handle it. So what does he do? He flips a table and just starts taking pot shots.
And that sets off the Dolemite dames. And they pull out their straight razors. They pull out their karate moves.
Oh, my God.
And all hell breaks loose.
Oh, hell breaks loose.
Fight all across the fucking thing. Even the dishwasher's kicking some ass back there.
The dishwasher beats the shit out of a guy. And when he's done, someone else runs in and he beats the shit out of him too.
It's incredible. He's still fucking cooking up food for people out front who are watching and enjoying the fight. He's cutting up patty melts and shit with marble rye and the Thousand Island. What's on a patty melt? Oh, okay.
Pretty fucking bold of you to start talking about sandwiches.
I know,
Griffin.
right? I thought that was... What am I thinking of? What sandwich has a Thousand Islands dressing on?
Isn't that a Reuben?
Yeah, that's
Reuben!
What's Russian dressing is we put on a Reuben. But
Oh.
you can put Thousand Island
Oh, okay.
dressing on it.
Anyways,
They're
we're
similar.
getting into treacherous territory.
we're in
for me.
hour 5 right now.
Yeah.
So I'm going to cut that off. You can get his recipe for a Reuben. Look at our Twitter. So Dolemite goes back to his dressing room, conveniently turns the lights off.
Right. And we start to see, and they mix up all the fighting here. They don't want to do a continuous fight because, again, we don't really have like a true stunt coordinator, fight coordinator.
Well, like we learned with the coffee episode, there were very few black stuntmen, period.
Yes.
So you had to use what you had.
Right.
So Willie runs back in. Blakely arrives. He's looking for Dolemite.
Yeah.
Willie Green goes into Dolemite's office looking to kill him.
They've already had a long, drawn-out fight by the time Blakely arrives here.
Yep.
And I learned this by my second watch through. I missed this because these scenes literally last like 3 seconds, and they're cutting to a woman fighting a man and all over the place. This is their version of quick cuts. But they're having this long, drawn-out fight. Willie's shooting all over the place, but it's so dark he can't see. He's missing everything. But at some point, Dolemite literally has a wound at this point where Blakely shows up.
Well, Dolemite shows up for a while. That's why we turn the lights down, so we can see Dolemite fight Willie Green.
Yeah.
So we get a lot of back and forth. We see, you get a lot of Dolemite from behind shots.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
it's Dolemite.
Yeah.
But they're going back and forth, man. It's like fucking end of Bloodsport and shit.
Yeah.
I'm waiting for fucking Willie Green to throw the salt in Dolemite's eyes.
That's right.
But you're right. Dolemite gets shot in the shoulder, which we know you can just brush that off.
Of
But
course.
we're showing he's not invulnerable because we need that.
Right. They have one of the most artistic scenes I've ever seen in a movie coming up here. But as Blakely's arriving on the scene, it's looking like Blakely has the upper hand here and is about to shoot Dolemite dead.
Well, not Blakely. Willie Green's going to shoot.
Yeah, Willie Green, excuse me. Willie Green's about to shoot Dolemite dead. Maybe this is where he gets the shoulder injury.
Yeah.
I thought it happened in their kung fu fight.
Yeah, I don't remember when exactly he took the bullet.
It's so hard to tell from the quick cuts and everything. But the point is, Dolemite has fucked up Willie Green. Willie Green's clothes are all tattered. He's bleeding profusely everywhere for some reason. And Dolemite, we just get like a shot. We're looking over Willie Green's shoulder. And then Blakely shows up, turns on the lights. Stop, Willie Green. And shoots
Dolemite
him.
goes for the 5-finger gut punch.
Yeah, no. Oh, boy. And where his hand goes, like, at first it's like, oh, he gets him by the heart and Kalimas him. And it's like, no.
Right. And then you get an awkward cut. And then it just is a
He's
close-up
just
of
like-
Dolemite raising his hand.
He's doing the fucking Bruce Lee thing where he's like in a trance. He's just staring off into space. His hands all bloody.
And that's the artistic shot because then he's like in this other world, like, I just killed a man with my bare hands. And then he puts it over his heart where he's been bleeding and he's in a white shirt. So Jim Cornette, don't take credit for that. Dolemite, motherfucker.
Well, we're learning Dolemite invented everything.
Right.
Just by this one movie.
I just heard Jim Cornette take credit for the white suit, bloody blood of your enemy.
And Dolemite, he's distraught. Like you said, he didn't want it to come to this.
Right.
He just wanted his club back.
Dude just wanted his club back. I'm sorry, Murray.
And like Blakely walks in, we see Willie Green cut guts like all splayed out and shit. They went to like fucking got some chitlins or some shit, just laid it on his stomach, threw some hot sauce on it. Like,
Yeah.
that looks good.
Yeah.
Blakely's like, God damn, Dolemite. And he's like, shoots fucking Willie Green's body. He's like, don't worry, Dolemite, I cover for you.
Yeah.
Get out of here.
The disembowelment is totally explained by the two shots.
It's so fascinating because then, you're like, wait, why the fuck did you just walk in and shoot him? And Blakely turns to Dolemite and tells him, now it's on me. You're clean, bro.
So
Play, cuz.
Cut to, hey, we haven't seen Mayor Daley lately.
Yeah, you think the movie's over at this
Right.
point.
No, got
No.
more. Because we got to wrap it up. What happened to Daley? Well, he's having a throuple right now with his wife and
Chai tea.
Is it Chai?
Yeah, Chai.
Chai.
Okay.
Oh, no, it's Pinky.
Is it Pinky?
It's Pinky. It's 1,000%.
Well, she's back in the fold, so it could
Okay.
be.
It's 1,000% Pinky.
And he gets a call as he's just going, and it's Mitchell.
It's literally Danny DeVito in all of his sex scenes in Always Sunny in Philadelphia. His hair is insane. He's crawling out gremlin style, naked as fuck.
Yeah, this guy's going full method. I don't want to see this. He's like rolling around naked.
We talked last week about
but
almost.
he has his socks on.
Oh my god! No, you don't want to have socks on for these types of interactions. I have learned. Never mind.
Did you build up a static discharge?
Dude, is my hair standing out? I just took my hat
No,
off.
I'm
he's
talking
talking
about
about
when
the
you're wearing
socks.
socks.
Oh no, you just sock.
Well,
it's
that's-
like Sex in the Champagne Room. You just don't wear socks during coitus, is what I've learned. Even on a cold night, you just don't wear socks.
It's not a good look.
We've learned this from Rex long ago on Steel Champions of Steel. Do you remember what the movie?
Legion of Steel.
Legion of Steel. We learned rapists wear socks during coitus.
Right.
Nobody else.
Or 70s porn stars. So it's Mitchell. And he's like, holy shit, I'm not the fucking club. Willie Green and his boys are dead.
What do you mean, Willie Green and the boys are?
I wanted. You did it so right. He was so annoyed, but he still talks like a gremlin. And
He's just
Oh.
total scumbag.
Did you get that Dolemite? No.
No, he got away.
Finish him off.
Get that black bastard.
So he gets up in his fucking, just his socks. Like, this guy's going for it. I give it that much.
We talked last week about how we almost saw Jim Brown's dick. We saw like his bush and everything, and maybe a little bit.
They
of
did
shaft.
not make lenses wide enough to capture that whole thing, though.
No, they did not. No. But yeah, when Daly is getting out of bed here, it's like if you have the Laserdisc version, I don't. I just watch this on Mike's Plex, and Mike has a beautiful Vinegar Syndrome Blu-ray version of this.
Very reasonably priced when it was in print.
Yeah,
I'd go that far.
and so it's like I didn't slow it down. I didn't do any of that. But yeah, there's definitely frames where you can see this guy's full-on dick. It's not impressive, even though he was just toiling around in bed with two naked women, his wife and the beautiful Pinky.
Not to sidebar here, but after listening to the
we're making great time. by the way,
award-winning Slaughter episode from last week.
Thank you.
Actors always say they don't get hard-ons during those scenes because it's awkward as fuck.
Yeah, I
because
believe
everyone's
that.
just standing there watching you.
Yeah.
So you're just like, oh. But I mean, it's Jim Brown, so like,
You're bringing this back to Jim Brown's dick.
yeah,
Okay.
because you were talking about it with Slaughter.
Yeah.
So
we weren't saying that we didn't see it was a right.
Like
We were
all
just-
powerful businessman, he has a phone in his toilet. So he goes to the toilet.
He's got the stand-in shower. He's got the sauna.
He's got the rich people toilet where your toilet's in its own little room in the bathroom. That's what rich people
Exactly.
do.
It was a master bedroom, just fully tiled, and various shower heads, shitters, and saunas.
And he's like,
Put out a hit on that Dolemite.
Yeah,
I want him dead.
he's calling up Mitchell. He's calling up Eddie. Characters we've not even been introduced into this movie.
Racist Bill 1, racist Bill 2.
That's
Kill
right.
no,
that
once
black
Eddie lost his
bastard.
job when Rip Torn got killed, he had to find a new place.
Thank you, Murray, for that reference.
Yeah.
Would you like to explain it, or does everybody know it but me?
There was a goon named Eddie from Slaughter.
Oh, that's right. Oh, god damn it. I'm supposed to know that one.
And he's just like, I want to find out where that, because Dolomite got shot. He went to the hospital. What's his hospital room? And then since he's about, and then Pinky's like, did I hear Dolomite? So she enters the room with a gun. And she's just like, he's like, oh, what did you do with my wife? She's sleeping off that, good pussy eating I gave her, and then she pulls a gun on him.
Don't kill me. Don't shoot me, you
She's
bitch.
she's wearing some drawers that cannot contain her ass, and that is a great look for her.
As they're having this, like you said,
Don't you kill me.
the wife walks in. She's like, I thought we had agreement. We did it all together or not at all.
Right.
Pinky just shoots her because she goes for the gun.
Shoves her into the shower stall of this giant bathroom and shoots her dead. And that's when Daly sees his opportunity to.
I can't believe you.
And then he attacks her and turns into a feral rat. He tackles her to the ground and starts to strangle her, and he's just like,
die. Oh.
I felt, again, the awkwardness of like a nude scene. Mike did so good on that.
You should have done the ADR on that.
You
fucking
should have.
scene.
You should have. If they ever do like a full restoration, you're gonna do that. But
I'm
yeah,
gonna play him on the Broadway version.
I like if you're talking about doing a full nude scene and how awkward it is. This man strangling this woman, doing that right into her nostrils.
This guy, I gotta look up his IMDb now. Did he ever do any other roles?
Dude, he is the Henry Silva. Wait, Harry or Henry?
Henry Silva.
Henry Silva of like Danny DeVito cretins. I loved him. He was fantastic. And you know what? You're not clearly one of the good ones, but as an actor portraying a terrible white, you are incredible. Thank you. Bravo, you gremlin of a man.
So he's getting ready to get out of town. So he's getting all his shit together. Blakely shows up at the place.
Yes, I didn't get this scene because we're just cobbling shit at this point.
Well, he's got some guards set up in the backyard because Blakely jumps a fence or something.
He just literally jumps a fence. He's wearing big old sunglasses, turtleneck, red. He's looking Richard Roundtree. He's looking like Shaft. Jean jacket, not leather, jean jacket, Hey, man, I'm here for the pool party.
Well, he's like, I'm here to see your boss. Well, he ain't here right now. And then he sees like him scurrying out behind
He's
them.
literally scurrying with like 2 suitcases.
And they know he's FBI, and these guys are supposed to be Russian. Hey, we on to you. We're going to inject you.
Yeah,
Sorry. They had accents, and they were awful.
Everybody has heroin prepared, like,
Dude.
because
Oh shit! Mayor Daley was Hyde Pike from oh god, what's that horror movie? It makes sense. Oh my god!
Mark,
keep going.
Go on, look it up. Look it up.
he's scurrying away to his car. They're
Somebody
going
knows
to
that,
like
eh?
shoot up Blakely.
Right. They immediately know he's
They
FBI.
happen to have a fucking syringe of heroin
And
ready.
It's never like a real syringe. This guy had like a confectioner, a cake maker syringe for sugar and frosting and shit. He's like, I got this. Taps it, does the doctor thing. Make sure he gets any kind of like air bubbles out of it, so he can. You're gonna kill the motherfucker anyways. Why do you need to get the air bubbles out of it?
He actually put a little swab of like alcohol on his arm.
He did. Clean your arm. I gotta put the swab on it.
I mean, why do they do that when they give people lethal injection? They just do. It's
Well,
like,
no,
why?
no, Murray. I agree with it in those scenarios because you want them to die quickly. The last time they.
No, we're not gonna get into this.
Okay,
We're gonna go, we gotta
you're
go
right.
into
You're
this.
right.
Yeah.
I can talk about euthanasia all day.
He played what the fuck?
It's a line from a movie.
He plays Grandpa in the 1988 classic Hack-O-Lantern, which if
What?
you guys haven't seen it, you need to see it. He plays a Satanist, and he is as grimy. I can't believe I didn't realize this was Hyde Pike. Listeners, seek out Hack-O-Lantern. It's amazing.
I just love. See, this is why it's beautiful to know Mike Mullins in our life because it's just like you guys don't know the classic Hack-O-Lantern.
Yeah, I'm like, no. All right, so he pulls out his gun, shoots
I
these
really am
guys.
excited to watch that, knowing this guy's in
He
it.
shoots these guys that are trying to kill him, and he gives chase with Daly.
Daly has 9 minutes on him in a car because Daly has to chase after fighting 2 goons and heroin off of him, fight him off, runs down the street, takes a couple of pot shots, finds a car, then chases after, still keeps pace with him.
Right.
Still keeps pace.
That's because Daley, as shady as he is, he's a safe driver. He's like,
I gotta check my rearview mirrors, then adjust the side.
Every cut they do to him, he's making sure his glasses are on
Maybe
correctly.
he forgot his like booster seat or something.
Maybe
Yeah,
I did say he's a Danny DeVito of man. Turn signals. They made sure in this movie that you saw when people were turning, they used turn signals. Everybody, indicate it before your turn, not during your turn.
So he makes it to an airstrip. He's gonna leave the country,
Right.
and before he can do it, Blakely comes out and shoots him repeatedly.
That's right.
And he has a great death scene. He's just flailing all over the place,
Dies-
blood spitting out of his mouth.
Dies on the wing of his plane with the gun just dangling on his fingertip, and then finally drops off as if it's the 3rd count on a chokeout.
We're all done, right? No, we have one more scene. So we're at the hospital.
This is where it gets into the AEW. Like, wait,
It is very. This is a very overbooked
Ed.
plan.
Yeah.
And Dolemite's worried because Blake's like, there's still a hit out for you, Dolemite, even though Daly's dead. And he's just like, but don't worry, I have a plan set up. We're gonna do a little switcheroo.
It's beautiful how they have this situated, though, because he's in the hospital. But who's his nurse? Shy.
I did not notice that.
You got to notice that because literally he walks in and goes, "Hey, Shy, how you doing?" Blakely knew Shy somehow.
Blakely's probably been a client of Shy's.
So the whole
He's
plan
straight.
is they're gonna put Dolemite in a different room.
Right. That's it. That's the big. What? Are you going to leave me here to be bait? No, I'm going to put you in the other room. Oh, okay.
But we're gonna tell him it's this room.
Yeah.
The perfect plan.
Wow.
And sure enough, Mr. Burns, the hitman, shows up.
Hello, I'm Mr. Burns. Which, of course, obviously harkens back to the Simpsons bit.
and they ask, where would Dolemite be? I'm a friend of Mr.
I believe
Dolemite.
he's in room.
280 something. It's like, oh yeah, Mr. Dolemite, but isn't that room 210?
Oh, ma'am, thank you so much.
Gives
And
her a little condescending pat on the cheek.
they did a great job of this
And
because
she sells it. She's like, she's gritting her teeth, but she's like, oh, it's so sweet.
well, black women have to do this. Like people of color in the 70s had to do this. What do they call it?
By the way, coffee in the background. She's working a double shift.
Love it.
The
Murray-
black,
The black multiverse.
the Blackyverse.
the
The black exploitation verse.
The black Splayverse.
we're working. We're
working on it.
workshopping
We're
that
workshopping
one.
that,
The
yeah.
BXU.
Yeah, as you know, we never make it to market on time because we always fixate over the names. But yeah, no, she's in the background there. You got Mr. Burns leaning over. And
Prepping his gun.
They did such a good job of this shot because it's such a long Lynchian, just like lingering scene of him fixating every finger across her cheekbone. And then he heads over to the room. And as he's walking up to 2210, I believe, the room he was given, he's getting his gun ready. He's looking. And we see in the background, in just completely shrouded in shadows and darkness, a man peep out. It's like, how did they not see this motherfucker?
Right.
I don't know, but they got their gun ready. He kicks the door in, opens fire on the bed. It's just pillows underneath the
pillows.
blanket. And then Dolemite comes from behind him. Arm in a sling. This is where it's the egregious doublemint. He looks into the fucking camera.
Yeah.
This guy looks nothing like, exception they're black. And they don't even have the same skin tone. And he starts beating the shit out of these guys, one-handed.
Right.
Blakely comes in, just starts killing people.
Or, like, they did a good job of editing this. I mean, not good for a fight scene, but good for hiding something because it's close-ups of Rudy Ray's face and, like, doing action. You can see the sling over his shoulder. But then you're just seeing these guys flailing all over the place. Burns is in the corner with a shotgun, just shooting everywhere. Then you see Blakely coming into this fray, and he finds a guy on the ground, reaches in and grabs his gun from the guy. So he's got two pistols, and he's just firing off, shooting everybody.
So all the hitmen are killed. Blakely goes to hide, meaning he just steps out of camera range because I don't know where the fuck he goes. Mitchell and White show up. And like, we got you dead to right, Dolemite. Look at all these dead bodies.
Put your hand, one hand's in a sling, everybody, on your head.
You rat soup eating honky motherfuckers! And then Blakely steps out and goes, oh, actually, I think you murdered these people. I don't know what's going on with that. And then he pulled out like his FBI badge or something like that. Now we realize he's the FBI liaison.
He gave us that a scene ago.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, we knew he was, I wanted to say one of the good ones because he's also a black man.
Wow.
Whoa, what?
Wow.
What just happened?
Well, I thought you were just going to talk shit about Phil again this episode,
Yeah,
but
But all of a sudden you're saying a black man is one of the good
No,
ones?
I'm not.
I apologize.
I'm saying
We're not. Golan-Globus is not a podcast.
We don't endorse everything that's said on this podcast.
Say-
But,
You
know,
but we
it's-
believe in the freedom of speech.
I'm saying, come on.
Some
guys.
people abuse freedom of speech.
We know that the police are often against the black man, so I'm saying he's one of the good police.
Okay.
Okay, we'll accept that.
Okay.
So now, 2 weeks later, I don't know. Dolemite's healed up. He's in another great Dolemite design. They're hanging outside the club.
This ending.
Did you see what was Blakely wearing? He had like the cut of his jacket was like a bib overall. It was like a square. He's wearing like a turtleneck, and he's wearing a jacket, and it was cut like a square in the front. It was so bizarre.
It was like a weird one of those weird, not ascots, but there's a name for
Dickie is what it was.
that. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's so weird. I've seen it before. It's fucking weird.
And he's like, hey, Dolemite, it's a shame that you lost your club again. Why? What the fuck? Why did he lose his club again?
Because of the shootout and the murders or something? They probably
You
had a
understand? He says you understand why we had to close it down.
right.
I do.
Roll credits.
Yeah.
Yeah.
like what? What was this ending?
Yeah.
But guys, don't worry, because we always talk about how our heroes in blaxploitation movies get a song to explain their whole story. We get the song to explain the epilogue here.
That's good, because I didn't get it either.
Yeah, because Dolemite starts to explain, like, that's all right. I'm going to land on my 2 feet. I'm going to strut the street. I'm going to get along and make people chaff wheat. Wheat right in the street. Yeah.
Griffin,
Yeah.
no.
Stop while you're ahead.
Yeah.
People were coming around to you, and you just took them back
just wrote it.
out.
I didn't wrote it a minute ago when you guys fucking halted on me for saying that one black cop was a good cop.
And you know what, Griff? You're one of the good ones.
Thank
You are. You are.
What? Really? I'm
Yeah.
getting my
And
wait.
Mike, as far as guests go, you're one of the good ones too.
Oh, thank you. Thank you.
And I'm fabulous. So once
Well,
again,
you are white Dolemite. Wait, Dolemite.
Dolemite.
Excuse me.
Call me that from now on.
Yeah, Dolemite.
All right, and so once again, another great episode month of blaxploitation history comes to an end, and it can't get any better than that, Griff. Can it?
Can I just say something
course
before
you
you go
can.
into the ending here? In all seriousness, folks, I know that the numbers might go down for Blaxploitation History Month, but these movies are fun as hell, and you just need to watch some for yourself and enjoy these. There's so many out there. There's a great reference book that you can get by I'm gonna mess up this guy's name. I think it's Josiah Howard for Blaxploitation movies. Check it out. Check these movies out. Listen to these episodes. They're fun as fuck.
I think the problem before I was privy to it by doing this month for years now, is that you hear blaxploitation and you think it's, white people doing movies making fun of black people or something like that.
Right.
And that
you think these movies are offensive when the reality is black people love these movies.
Yes.
They're being represented and they're being shown in a heroic light.
If you listen to us, we love to bring you the details. We love to talk about the undertones and everything. These movies are about like real fucking shots, real fucking places, real fucking people. And they speak. And Pam Grier, let's talk about that in Coffee. We already did that. Pam Grier went in there and made that movie what it was. So these movies are not.
When we talk about representation, this is what blaxploitation was.
Yeah.
It was, they were shoestring budgets.
Yeah.
But they had heart and they wanted to see this happen.
It wasn't just like studio heads being like, we need to jam some black people in here for a reason. These were just straight up like, take it away, tell your story. And
Yeah, and for as short as the lifespan was on blaxploitation, there were a lot of movies that got put out in those few years.
yes.
But I've seen, I don't even know how many. In Murray, I'm sure you've watched countless.
Yeah.
If you ask me right now to name 3 bad blaxploitation movies, I don't know that I could. I know I've seen some that are not great, but
Yeah.
I don't know that I've seen any that I'm just like, these were total turds.
Right. Everything is just taken it's just taken from a perspective where it's new and it's interesting, as opposed to where it just goes through a studio head or some bullshit like that.
Well,
It's just fun to watch.
right. So Hollywood, if you're listening, make movies fun again.
Make movies less studio driven.
No more 3-hour epics.
No
Just
more.
90-minute fun movies.
No more.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But yeah, how are we going to top blaxploitation history month? Well, we have to, Griff, because next week, I can't believe I'm saying this, is our 300th episode.
Excuse me?
300.
Yes.
Oh,
Sorry,
no.
Gerard Butler fans, we're not doing 300.
Wait, oh, good. Okay.
This
Steel
isn't
Magnolias?
Sparta.
That would be going from the complete polar opposites, super black to super white.
Mike, when we came up with this idea, you were there at the ground floor. Did you think 300? You think we'd be still doing this at 300?
I thought you two would have gotten bored well before 300.
I was thinking 25 tops.
Yeah,
and then we
yeah.
were out. But thankfully, we had a worldwide pandemic. We had nothing to do.
Right?
So we kept at it. And now we have this. We have this Golan-Globus. We literally have a family. We've literally had guests become friends and go on their shows.
Right.
And do that.
Everybody check
That's
the
a
notes.
good question. You haven't done a Copping a Feel yet. But,
Oh!
but when we get you to do one, is there any guests we have that you would like to challenge?
That would be amazing to get Mike to
Do you have a
challenge
favorite?
somebody. We could talk off mic on that
Yeah.
one. You didn't have someone.
Yeah, I don't
offhand.
want to put my foot in my mouth like
Okay.
Griff did 2 weeks ago.
Yeah.
Okay.
Sorry, Phil.
Think about that. We've had 3 guests in a row. Well, we technically 2 because Mike's been on twice. But we got 300. We got to have another guest, and it's got to be a big movie. It's got to be a huge movie. It's got to be a movie that'll bring all those racist fans back.
Right.
There's
want-
only one black person in this movie. Okay, if that helps.
Right. I want a movie with broad shoulders, and I want a guest with broad shoulders, Murray.
Well,
if I'm
what?
talking 300, I'm thinking broad.
Well,
I can be here next week. That works.
Yeah. Yeah, that's Mike.
yeah. Nope. You've done enough.
You're broad, but I'm talking broad.
Oh, you're talking like you could
Can't fit in my doorway.
You could set a table on the back of
yeah,
this
that's
guest.
what I'm talking
Okay.
about.
Of course, the movie we're talking about. It's one of probably this Legend's biggest movie. I'm still partial to the first one. This is the sequel. Terminator 2: Judgment Day.
Woo! Bring in the heat for 300, boys.
And you know, when we do Terminators, we bring our own personal Terminator in the studio. Mr. Thunderlats himself, the genetic jackpot, the Tan Lantern.
Oh, I've never heard that.
That's
one.
it. That's one of his.
That's what it is.
Joe Coleman, people, is going to be in the studio. Hopefully, I hope he didn't forget. We haven't
That's
talked to
right.
him in a while,
We haven't talked to him in a while.
but
since the
he
Royal
was
Rumble.
excited when we did talk to him about it.
Oh boy, was he! I don't know if he has another story about his mom Piper talking about Arnold Dick on screen.
I crack up anytime he's on because I think of that story.
Yeah. That was such a good little tale. It's on the abandoned Instagram with the fucking still of that scene with Joe commenting over it. That is something I put together to put on our Instagram that, again, I abandoned a year or 2 ago.
All right. Well, don't abandon this because you're going to want to be here for the 300 celebration with Joe Coleman. Terminator 2. Keep it warm.